Hello, everyone. Who's here? Who's up early? 3 hours early. Wow. We're here. But we're still here, though. And it'll be recorded for posterity. So that'll be something. Welcome to everyone on to a special tonight. On a very special Clobberin time. Yes, as they used to say in old TV, huh? Clobberin Times issue number 303 on YouTube, but number 1000 overall. We got over that 1,000 hump. It just will never feel right. It'll never feel right, man. It'll feel weird. But it is Monday night Mark C. Comics Talk, everyone. And I am proud to welcome back to this program a very good friend of the show, an extraordinary and a spiffing bloke with an amazing channel is in his own right, the great J-Man. What is up, bud?
Oh, thank you. I was thinking, I'm like, wait, is there someone else on?
No.
After that introduction, I'm like, wait, is that me or is there a third person coming on?
It is an introduction that even that didn't do you justice.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, it's great to be on here, man. I love your channel. It's my favorite channel. I like it better than mine. I would sacrifice my channel for yours.
It was right back at you. I like yours way better than mine. I'm
excited to talk about Kingdom Come. So
yeah, man. Yeah, buddy. Clobby's Classic Comics Review tonight. We're going to be doing as many of those as we can this year because, well, it's comics night after all. And that's what we do here. That's the way we roll. We'll say some hellos to some friends here. D-Bud Martin said he had to run, but we'll be back later. So D-Bud, the man of Iron, who eventually I'm going to get on here. I keep saying that, because he wrote a book about Iron Man armors.
Oh, my God.
He did.
And there's like 4,000 of them.
And that's not an easy task. So it's really cool. It's a cool book. I have seen it. The great Lord Thoth. Avon lives and long live the Legion, brother. Avon indeed lives, and the Legion shall live long, at least for like 4 of us who still care about it. Hungry for Alex Ross's art supply collection.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Great Hungry Boy changes that name. It's always fun to see him, what he's going to come up with next. And finally, classing up the joint are the lovely ladies, the lovely Sherry. Hello there, Sherry. Good to see you. Good to see you there, pretty girl. I hope you're having a wonderful time on this Valentine's Day. All of you who are out there Valentining. And if you're not, hey, the secret is to bang the rocks together, guys. Oh, how did the Hitchhiker's Guide quote get in there? I don't know.
Oh, yes. I love Hitchhiker's Guide.
I love it. But yes, I hope you're all having those of you who are doing the old Valentine's thing, which I don't. Even if I had someone, I wouldn't do it probably. Like you do, and you don't do it. So a lot of people don't put it in there. You're celebrating with a glass of wine. Well, as one who's celebrating just by geeking out with some M&Ms and some cherry Coke that I have left over from the Super Bowl yesterday, Sherry, I say I raise my glass or cup of whatever of cherry Coke for you, and yes, and a toast to you, and and I would send you some chocolates and all kind of good stuff because the ladies, even a lot of the ladies don't even care about Valentine's Day anymore, but some do, I guess. What are you going to do?
Yeah, maybe it depends. My wife and I have been married for over 15 years, so we're just like, who cares? It's like we watched Blake 7. That was I was telling you, that was our Valentine's evening.
So you only do one. You guys are only you do one per night. Is that right?
One per night. I could do the whole thing, but she wants to we were trying to save it a little bit because there's not really that many, right? So
52. So you could add up. Not fond of chocolates anyway. My goodness. Well, whatever it is you like. What do you like there, Sherry? You can let us know. The guys like to know these things, even though we pretend we don't like to know them.
Yeah, oh no, we need to take notes. It's like everyone's going to be taking notes. Okay, wait. What are the chocolates? Give me your top 5.
No chocolates. Not fond of chocolates.
Oh man, that decreases our margin, or it's like we don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, let's face it. I think guys like chocolates better than the ladies do, anyway. So I know I do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I had a Kit Kat. My chocolate today was Kit Kat. So
I gorge M&Ms. Wine is good. Okay, wine it is. That. Yesterday for the eating too much for the Super Bowl at the Super Bowl party, and I didn't have any. I only had a little king cake. There was eating so much other stuff. You don't really do a lot of sweets. So, oh my God, I did have some king cake though. Sorry, Bengals. Sorry. And screw you, Hollywood, for you don't deserve a Super Bowl, you pieces of. Never mind. That'll bum me out, but I'll get away from that. Okay, well, tonight, of course, folks, on Monday Night Mark. Oh, well, show notes, of course. What you got coming up on your show, by the way, J-Man, before we get started?
We're doing that versus the versus thing every Wednesday, although we're not doing it this Wednesday, but we do every Wednesday. And these streams, I usually end these streams in time for your stream, so we never cross the streams like in Ghostbusters. We never cross the streams. So we do verses where we take two movies and put them against each other and see which one comes out on top. Last week we did Terminator 1 versus Terminator 2.
Oh yeah,
that was hard.
How did I missed that one? Damn it! Who won?
Well, Terminator 2 won, which was kind of obvious, but not as obvious when you're talking about it, because Terminator 1 laid a lot of groundwork and had great characters, and it was very scary. And Terminator 2 became more action sci-fi rather than like horror sci-fi.
Yes.
So, and the effects were just so fantastic in Terminator 2 that it's really hard to go against that. But so yeah, we do that, and then I've added a Tuesday night stream where we talk about the women of world wrestling. So that's going to be just focusing on the women's division in the professional wrestling. So it's like WWE and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And excellent. Then we do the other one we do it Saturday nights right before your Star Trek. We do.
Yes, I know. I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just a casual one where we just talk about all the trailers that came out, and
yes.
This Peacemaker finale's coming out, Superman and Lois, all that Super Bowl stuff, the Doctor Strange trailer. So that's just like sort of a catching up on the week's worth of geek stuff.
Excellent. And whenever I am near the able to do it, I always like to tune in on that one. So, but a lot of times I end up having to lurk because I don't get a chance to say anything because doing stuff. But again, everyone, you need to check out J-Man's channel, not just sub. Please go see his streams because they're always great. And they got not only the great J-Man himself, but the good old Sean, who is just amazing, and Steven is a really cool dude too.
Yeah, and there's always good arguments too.
yes, you get. I don't know how you get the Snyder people. I would think I would get them as mean as I am to them.
Oh,
you're cool with them.
Yeah, they love fighting with me, and I'm telling them it's trash to their face. I'm saying this sucks and it's awful, and they're still tuning in, and I don't lose subscribers. Every time I do a stream, and I don't lose. I get more.
I don't get it. They never come around here. They used to come after me all the time, right. And they don't mess with me anymore. I don't know what it is, and I'm nice to them like you are, but unless they start acting crazy, but that I don't like. You had the gentleman, bless him, the gentleman you have I thought was fascinating because he admits that he doesn't like what was it? He didn't like Man of Steel or BVS, Bull versus Shite, right. And yet, he was defending the Snyder butt. I couldn't even really. I got to admit, I would be unprepared for that argument because I'm like I don't understand how you start there and you get there.
I don't know. Well, him and I had a stream that was like 2 or 3 hours where we trashed Man of Steel and BVS, and it was so bad that I woke up to 200 plus tweets, and some guy made a video about how dumb I was and all that. I was like, this is great.
I love it.
Yeah, and I was like, and I didn't read anything because I'm not reading. I don't read any of this. So I didn't read any of it. And I'm just like, I just sent the tweet to everybody saying, I didn't read any of your tweets. If you think I'm wrong, you're wrong because I'm always right. And then that's all I said.
That's the way to do it.
And then so and then that same guy who we trashed Man of Steel and BVS for over 2 hours, it was almost 3 hours. He's like, well, I kind of like Justice League. I'm like, really? Like, what happened? And he's like, hey, at least he's honest. Maybe he found some enjoyment out of that. I checked out very early in that movie when Wonder Woman was a murderer.
Right, me too.
I mentally checked out. I'm sorry. It has something to do with. And we're going to talk about deconstructing heroes in this very.
We're about to start talking about that, yeah.
Right, and if you're going to do it, this is pretty much the way, to quote Din Djarin or whatever. Like this is the way if you're going to do it, not the Zack Snyder way where you turn them into complete murdering pieces of crap. Who
exactly
like Wonder Woman's she's killing people in front of school children. I was stunned. I was actually stunned. I don't want to take
disgusting. No, you're. I was too.
Yeah, because even
right there with you.
Even in the other version, they at least didn't have the guys get splattered against the wall. They just kind of looked like they got knocked out. So I don't. Yeah, I don't get it.
I was just kind of surprised by the fellow, but it was it was interesting for sure.
Yeah.
And speaking, this is this comic we're about to start talking about here, Kingdom Come, is, and I'm not even going to dwell on the two gentlemen responsible for it. I've got a lot of issues with things the way they've conducted themselves in the real world, Mr. Wade and Ross. But we're going to talk about the work. We're not going to be like them and hate people for something, hate someone because we believe differently. That's the way a lot of people like that are. Like their ilk, the Wades and the Rosses of the world. Yeah. We're just going to focus on the work. Which for me, I've always found to be one of the finer Elseworld comics I've ever read. And I like the idea of Elseworlds almost more than Elseworlds itself, because I rarely think they're handled particularly well. They're good ones, don't get me wrong. I mean, and this would probably be one of my top ones of all the Elseworlds comics ever made in terms of story and art, I think. For those who are not familiar, there's sort of like some kind of, I don't know if you could call this apocrypha. I don't know if you could call this lore, legend, or comic book, industry lore, but there's a treatment out there that's floated around on the internet for years, even before when the internet was in its primitive stages, even, called Twilight of the Superheroes, accredited, and I say accredited, to Alan Moore. I still don't to this day don't know if Alan Moore really did it or not. Some people say he did with unequivocal. Oh yeah, it was Moore. I've heard others say that Moore said he just didn't do it, and then others say no, Moore's admitted it. Okay, so I don't know. And I'm an Alan Moore fanatic. I mean, I once started writing an Alan Moore book, and I have, in just about a year or so, my great buddy Carlos and I, we did a whole show about Alan Moore, because I consider myself, I'm not saying an expert, but when it comes to Alan Moore's, all of his beginning work and all of his work up until 2000 or so, I would put my knowledge up against anyone's. Not bragging, but I know more that much. And it sounds like he might have come up with it. I don't remember him ever saying he did. And I think I've had just pretty much every interview. Anyway, it's called Twilight of the Superheroes. Yeah. I've heard others say that Mark Waid came up with it and just said it was Alan Moore. I don't know.
I'm looking it up right now as we speak, and people are saying it's Alan Moore, but then it just says unpublished proposal by Alan Moore. But right. I mean,
his ideas for that thing are kind of wackadoodle. But his basic premise for it was all myth. And he said, if you refer back to all myth that mankind's ever had, the Greek mythology or whatever, any type of mythology, they all have an ending.
Oh, right.
Everyone ages out.
Ragnarok or whatever.
Stuff. Right. He says the problem with it, with the superhero universe, is they just go on and on. They kind of almost like regenerate in the sense they always get younger, or they stay young, they don't age. Blah, 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 Moore thought, what if it aged to a logical conclusion, just like all myth does, which is a good idea, an interesting idea for an Elseworlds. It's not practical for a comic book company that wants to print comic books, but in perpetuity, right?
Yeah, you don't want Superman to just be gone and Wonder Woman, and certainly not Batman, since Batman's the only thing they got that anyone reads right now.
Especially back then when he came up with this.
Yeah, so
in other words, back then when he came up with this in the 80s, allegedly, that comics were never going to get old. They weren't going to get older. These characters were going to be like they were 20 years earlier than that, staying the same age. And then eventually you had to wonder, how did Reed and Ben fight in World War II? These comics are 1988 now. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But you just dealt with it. Well, so he thought, but what if would it have more weight if the DC universe, in this case, had a Twilight, and I read the proposal many years ago. Lee Anthony Davis, good to see you. I read it a long time ago, and it was interesting. And you could do, and Howard Chaykin did a comic that sort of sounded like similar things to it. As an Elseworlds called Twilight. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Just called Twilight itself, and it was an Elseworlds by DC.
Twilight,
but it's similar, but it's not the same thing. So when Kingdom Come was announced, that was what kind of first leapt to mind. I'm like, is this that Moore thing that everyone talked about? I don't know. So for those who don't know, and yes, we're going to be spoilering the hell out of the story, but if you don't mind that, if you just want to hear couple of guys talk about a very good comic book story with some nice art, we're going to be showing you. By all means, hang out, or if you'd rather read it for yourself. But This what these reviews are about. They're no holds barred spoilery. In this case, a comic book that is 24 years old almost or
It's like
whatever.
96. I think everyone's.
I thought it was 98, wasn't it? But whatever, somewhere up in there.
Let me see.
97, 98, somewhere up in there. But with my memory, it never knows.
Oh, it says published in 96
Okay,
according to
could be.
Wikipedia, but I don't. My memory for dates, names,
No, I
and
got
numbers is garbage. Like
Mine's
garbage.
terrible too. I'm always terrible with numbers.
Well, I don't know. You know a lot of the names. You know,
I'm terrible with numbers, buddy. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Names are one thing, but so when this came out, of course, it was a time when there was still some good comics coming out. It was for those who don't know, we're looking at a reprint of a trade paperback compilation and a hardcover compilation thingy, but it was 4 issues originally.
Yeah.
And yes, there was a long wait between issues. So maybe that's why I was thinking 98. It probably ended in 98.
Probably, yeah.
And it probably did start in 96. So anyway, Kingdom Come, J-Man, for me is again, and I don't think I've reread it in a long time, which today might have been the first time I've read it in 20 years. I don't know. At
Me
the
too.
time, I was really excited about it. And it would have been nice to get at least an animated movie like of this that looked similar to the art. A movie? I don't know about it. I mean, no.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to do that. But I'm shocked that this has not been adapted. Like this is the best, or at least best top whatever 5, as you said, Elseworlds books, and definitely top 1 known in the community outside of the comic book geeks. It's like, man on the street kind of knows Kingdom Come. They definitely know the Superman, which you have your logo avatar as. They definitely know it because of the Brandon Routh costume that they had, which was accurate as hell. It was awesome. That was the best part of that. That was really the only good part and best part of that crossover thing. He looked amazing. I'm surprised that they have not done this. Like, this is a no-brainer.
I think the only reason they haven't is because you'd be crossing Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and all these other heroes that don't, other than them, they don't look like them exactly like themselves. They're older. Right. They're telling a story that, hey, Phantom Outsider, good to see you, buddy. They're telling a story that isn't, that they don't know. I don't know if they could sell a story like this to the general public, but we both know in the right hands, it could make a fine movie. I think it would make a better animated mini series or something like that, or longer maxi series or something. I mean, actually, if you could condense this story, it's fairly easy. I think if after reading it again today, it's condensable into a movie size.
Oh, for sure. If you're doing half an hour per section, or maybe a little more, you can get it into a 2.5 hour movie or 2 hour movie. Yeah,
you can, absolutely. Now, for those who are not familiar with Alex Ross, he made a name for himself with a series that he and Kurt Busiek did many years earlier called Marvels. Which put him on the map. And so you can, and of course, he helped co-create one of my favorite things ever created. Of course, Kurt Busiek's Astro City, did all the covers for it, so he's well known for the covers of Astro City. So he became a superstar by the time Kingdom Come came out, and it is a painting style. It's not necessarily it's not really a cartoonist in that sense. It's not like it's a comic book, but it's not a comic book. It's a bunch of paintings. It's almost like an illustrated story, but it still qualifies as a comic book. I'm splitting hairs. I'm just saying it's not your traditional comic book style, and yet that painting style and where he paints people to look realistic and look like people did capture a lot of imagination at the time, and a lot of people really enjoyed it, including me. I really like his work a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I think he was the only artist, because I don't know names and I don't know any of, like, even when you're doing you're going through the top artists from that website, I can't remember what it was, and it's like I don't know anyone's name, but if you show me a picture, you're like, oh, I'm like, yes, of course I recognize the art. I would recognize the art, not the artist's name, but Alex Ross was one of the names that I knew, and that was sort of what got me to even get into Kingdom Come, honestly, because, well, we'll get into it, but the concept, if someone is like, my buddy was verbally telling me what the concept was, and I thought, oh, this sucks. Right? Because it's like, oh, Superman's, exiled himself, and it's all these other heroes who are now dicks, and they're just vigilantes, and they just fight for whatever. And Wonder Woman's become this crazy warrior woman. I'm like, this is not a J-Man comic. This sounds like trash. And it's funny if you, because my buddy's telling me about this. I'm like, why are you telling me about this? This is awful. And then it's like, yeah, but it's Alex Ross. I'm like, oh, fudge. It's Alex Ross. I'm like, damn. It's like, well, I'll just get it as a picture book. And literally I was like, it'll just be a picture book. And I bought the cards and all that too. So I just bought anything to do with it just because it looked cool.
Right.
And then I'm like, well, let me read this. I don't think I read it till it was collected in trade, because as it was coming out, I thought, nah, it's not my story. It's not a story for me. And then finally my buddy's like, look, it's in trade, man. Like, I've been bugging you to get it. I'm like, fine, I'll just get it. And then he also bugged me to get the Golden Age, which I liked as well.
But James Robinson, that's a good comic. Good comic.
Yeah. So he's like, you have to buy these. And I think he ended up buying them for me for like my birthday or something. I'm like, fine, I'll read this Kingdom Come. I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. It's like, what happened?
Yes. Excellent. Well, there you go. And yeah, this is not deconstructionist of superheroes. It's deconstructionist of deconstructionism.
Yes.
In a sense.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, that's right.
Because although Superman, it proves that you can do a Superman story where he's flawed and makes mistakes, where you don't have to darken him and ruin him.
Right.
Superman's any character, even Superman, has to make some mistakes, or you don't have a story. So,
right.
And it's about a very flawed Superman, but not the same old tired ass, weak, asinine, evil Superman trope, which Jayma and I both despise.
Despise it more than any. The closest is Superman 3. I'll accept Superman 3 for that half.
Yeah,
that he was darker. I call him Dark Superman because he didn't do anything evil. He's just dark. But other than that, no. Anytime he kills anybody, injustice and all this other bullshit, I bloody despise. Like, I know we joke around off camera, like, oh yeah, we don't like that. No, like, I really despise the crap out of it.
I do too. And and I don't mind. I know Monkey Jeep. It's good to see you. And Lombardi, 1969, great to see you. But see, and I don't mind it whatever's wrong with Superman 3. I don't mind that because he was sick. If he's sick and doing some bad stuff that isn't over the top, I'm fine. It's when he becomes a murderer, and usually of his own accord. I mean, not even like being influenced, which I still wouldn't like. Superman still would murder, but it's not even. But now he does it just because it's there. He just kills to killing. Lombardi, who would be the voice of the Kingdom Come Superman. Well, I'll tell you this. Just a little aside. There was and Jamin and I've talked about this. There was an audio book based on they did a novel based on the comic. Elliot S. Maggin, former DC Comics writer, wrote a novelization of this comic that released not too long after the comic series was done. And they did an audio drama with it, and they did it like an audio play, full-on audio play with sound effects and voice acting and all that kind of stuff, and a big production. And it was so unbelievably cornball and horribly campy, horrible. The voices make you want to cringe your ass off. And yet, after the first time being enraged how stupid it was, because I looked forward to it, we started listening to it and we couldn't stop laughing. So for years, my friends and I, we would listen to this thing all the time. And now, even when I'm reading it today, Jay, I'm hearing those current voices. I'm like, oh no. But it's on YouTube. You can find Kingdom Come audio. If you want to don't blame me if your cringe muscles pop out of the back of your skull.
Oh, I'm downloading it. You know I'm gonna love it too because I like bad movies and stuff. So it's like,
it's funny. Oh, look, it's hilarious, man. But it's stupid. I mean, they have dialogue that either if Maggin didn't add it in the book, some dumbass added it for this. Because I remember now that I was rereading it again, I'm like, that didn't have that dumb line from the radio thing.
So
the audio.
They made it work. Like, why do they do
might
that?
Be the book.
I don't get it.
I think it's for the book though. But anyway, the overacting, the unbelievable campy, terrible voices, and the guys doing Batman is the same dude does Superman, Batman, and the Spectre and Norman McKay's voice, all the same. Wow. So they sound the same. They sound stupid, and we've quoted this thing for years, doing things in the voices from the stupid. Never mind. Watch it. We'll get back to me if you ever watch it. But
I'm downloading it for sure.
I got to see about that. It's hilarious. So, Kingdom Come, everyone. Strange Visitor, Chapter 1.
Yeah.
It's. I'm training myself to get that stupid voice out of my. We'll be here all night. I can hear the dumb voices on this thing. Why? No. Anyway, opens up with some pretty strange portents there. The bat and the flag and the eagle. It opens up this story for those. Hello there, Dave Rayborn, cousin. What's up, brother? Good to see you. It opens up in a hospital room after we get these scary images.
Yeah.
Of the end, right?
Yep.
The end times, pretty much. It looks like the apocalypse coming on. Ooh. And they look superhero-y in them. But we open up, and for those who don't know who this character is, with Wesley Dodds, the Golden Age Sandman in the hospital, with our protagonist.
I love that. Yeah. No, I was gonna say I love the mystery sign, or not the Sandman Mysteries. What was it called?
Mystery Theater. Yeah.
Mystery Theater. I almost said mystery. I almost said the those Mystery Science guys. Yeah, Mystery Theater. Yeah, that was an awesome comic.
Yes, it was, and this sort of looks like it in a sense. So yeah, the Golden Age Sandman is dying, and his minister and his friend Norman McKay, for this story, named after two individuals, named after Norman Rockwell and Winsor McKay, the creator of Little Nemo, one of the original great all-time comic strip artists before comics were even called comics. So that's where Norman McKay comes from. Norman Rockwell and Winsor McKay. And he's based to look like Alex Ross's father. He painted his father into it.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, Norman is, of course, having these visions, and because Wesley Dodds is kind of a seer, of the soothsayer of things, and he's having all these visions of really bad things to come. He's basically predicting what's coming. And as you can see, the world is infested with superpowered beings.
Mm-hmm.
And so the imagery here is always just really potent. And they're everywhere. And that's another thing. In a movie, you wouldn't expect them to get that crazy with it, but it's the DC universe. This is about, they don't tell you, but it's like maybe like 10 years after normal point, or after
right.
Yeah. And so Wesley passes on. And we kind of show also, and I like some of the background imagery. You could spend, by the way, if you get this comic, folks, in addition to reading the comic, having fun with all of the background stuff. Like, look at, there's a background wall. Who watches the Watchmen painting on it?
Yeah.
There's a book in this store, Under the Hood by Hollis Mason. That's a Watchmen reference. There's 2 Watchmen references on this page.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's like all these little things in the newspaper and stuff, and just stuff in the background. And I went ahead of you. Oh, no. We're on the scene. I'm trying to follow with my iPad. Yeah. It's like all these little things in the background. It's so cool.
Well, Norman McKay is talking about some of the conversations he had with Wesley Dodds about, and we'll move faster than this, but certain points need to be made. Something like, this is a world where they are lamenting some of the problems that superhumans and super beings and metahumans, the way they affect society. Like, he's talking about how, kind of missing they've cheapened what, or at least some people think they've cheapened human achievement, like sports and Nobel Prizes and Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Basically, they're talking about how much they miss miss human achievement, because if you live in a world where people can fly and jump 50 feet and throw cars around, would you really watch baseball? He talked about, no one plays baseball anymore. No one really does a lot of sporting events anymore, because normal humans can't really impress you anymore with all this stuff going on. That's part of what's being lamented here.
Yeah, you can never achieve that. So you're not shooting to better yourself. It's not like you look up to someone who's a human and you're like, okay, I'm going to try to be better than Jordan in basketball, or I'm going to be better than Gretzky, or I'm not a sports guy, but those names, it's like,
sure.
Nobody, there's no drive to like succeed at anything physically, for sure, because, the Flash runs faster than anybody. So who cares if you run, if you can run really fast, and it doesn't matter.
Yes. McKinney Draws. Hello there. Good to see you, my friend. Dave Raymond, a little bit like The Boys, but The Boys is deconstructionist hate mongering of superheroes. This is more lamenting the loss of values for superheroes in a world that still has plenty of superheroes left to bring. This is about bringing the values back. The Boys is never about celebrating the values of superheroes. It's just about denigrating them. This is about lamenting the loss of values and bringing it back. That's what this story is about.
Yeah. I think I read maybe a few pages of The Boys, I think, to be honest. And I said, F this comic. And then I did watch the TV show, and I watched all of that, and I thought it was kind of fun. but like I couldn't do the comic. I don't know.
I never liked that. Yes, I don't like that kind of comic, and I know I respect a lot of people who like that stuff, but it's not my bag, and I never watched the show. But I know a lot of people like them. So
yeah, I couldn't do the comic. I don't know. For comics, I'm more traditional. It's like I want like a proper like heroes. Like I don't want this bullshit of everyone being rapists. Like I don't want rapist superheroes. Sorry.
No. How old fashioned of you. But yes. I love to go into this restaurant, Planet Krypton.
Yeah,
it's filled with nostalgia. People dressed like the superheroes. I'd go to that restaurant, and again, so there's a lot of great look. I mean, the artwork is amazing. You get to go in there and you feel like you're walking into that world. This is an astonishing accomplishment art wise.
Yeah.
So but basically it starts off where Norman McKay's walking around, and we've realized all these super beings, now that the big guys have quit, most of them have left, are just taking over. They're having fighting, and even Norman McKay says they're not fighting for right; they're just fighting to fight.
Yeah,
it's just that they're only foes each other. Anything you have to interject here, buddy? Just let me know. By the way, what's gonna?
Oh yeah,
grandchildren of the superheroes.
I almost thought that this was sort of like at the time because people wanted the rougher heroes. And they're like, yeah, like Superman's not cool, and it's like, I want cool heroes. It's like, well, this is what's going to happen if you have all these cool heroes that want to go out and just kick ass. It becomes about kicking ass and not about doing, justice or saving people. It's like, you're not serving anything. It'd just be like, those, like, if you became a cop or, and you just went out just to like bust people's heads and be, you're not responding to calls or responding to help. You're just going out to look for fights and get into fights and just cause damage. And that's what the heroes were leading to. And I remember even thinking at the time with like, newer heroes coming out in comics who were like, oh yeah, this is a badass, like, this is a badass version of this character. And it's like, oh, Batman's stupid. He doesn't kill. Why wouldn't he kill the Joker? Why wouldn't he do this? Well, my character does kill. And we get into that soon.
Yes.
And it's like, well, this is what you're going to get then. If you seriously try to realistically think about that, that is what you're going to get. And people still today, and just even with the boys too, it's like they love the boys and all that. It's like, yeah, but what are you reading comics for, or what are you expecting out of them? Are you expecting just a bunch of like action and killing and stuff, or do you want heroic stories? So I guess there's a place for those other comics. I'm not really into them myself, but I guess there's a place for them. But this was addressing that too.
It's addressing it and predicting that we're going to get more. At this point, when this is going on, mid-90s, this comic, and not the story, but when this comic was coming out, Wade and Ross were not only addressing their concerns that we're already doing this, and this was already going on, but we were gonna regress into more of it, and the whole genre was going to regress into this sort of thing. Is what this comic predicted, and they were rightly very. How many times have I looked back over the past 20 years and go, "Wow, Kingdom Come was right."
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, and it definitely got worse, but almost in a weird way where now it's like the morals. It's not so much the action, the killing. It's more like the morals have been skewed in some weird way where heroes do things or say things, and you think, oh, that's just reflecting what I want the hero to do. But is that what Superman would actually do? But in order to write Superman in a way that is believable to the Superman character, you yourself have to have some of the same morals that he has. It's it's like, what, yes. you write what you know. So if you think that it's okay for someone to destroy your vehicle because they insulted you, then you think that's okay.
Yes, exactly. This is right? Snyder crap right here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This just came to my mind.
No, and you're right. Look, this is Zack Snyder stuff going on right here.
Yeah,
this is what he thinks is cool.
Right. And look, I'm okay. And just to backtrack for 1 second, I'm totally cool with that. Like, I like the Image comics, and this, Clobby, and everyone makes fun of me. I love the 90s Image comics. I bought all that. I love all that big action, big muscles, and fighting and guns. But I don't want that for Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman. If you want to make a character who's going to be like that and it's its own universe, then do that. But don't mess with the characters that were established to be the foundation of heroism and like hope and truth and justice. Don't turn those guys into crap, because if everyone's crap, then there's nothing to compare to. Like, when I read a Superman comic, I want to see Superman being Superman. If I read Wolverine, then I want Wolverine to be Wolverine, and I don't want Wolverine and Superman to be the same. That's the point of having different heroes.
Thank you. Exactly.
There you go. Ooh.
No.
Not rehearsed.
No. We've been on before we ever knew each other. All those years, we were always on the same page.
Yeah.
And so as you can all see, that a couple of pages set up the kind of world we have. A bunch of reckless, narcissistic little children. As he says, the children and grandchildren of the gods. With no moral compass. No one guiding them. They're just fighting amongst themselves. They don't care what happens. All this stuff is so counter to Snyder Trap. This Crash. These people are acting just like they don't care about what happens to anyone. They're throwing buildings around and crap like that. And who does that remind you of? And then when we move on, Norman McKay and everything, you're talking about the horrible tragedy that happens early on in Kansas.
Yeah.
And then comes the Spectre. We'll talk about the Kansas thing in a second. Here comes the Spectre and all of his nudeness for some reason. I've never understood why he was naked.
That was weird. I mean, it looks amazing. This is a great page.
Oh, it's a beautiful page. It's a fantastic page.
It's just so cool. But I don't know. No comment. It's, whatever.
Yeah, we joke about it. But look at the great Mexican Iron Man.
What's going on, dude?
Hey, buddy. Oh, you were too kind. Thank you for that super chat, bro. I appreciate you, man. He said, I got here and walked in on some Snyder negativity talk. Well, it's 24/7 here, buddy. I'm here to reinforce the little known fact that Speedy Gonzalez beats Flash any day. Not the Flash in this comic that we're talking about tonight.
Oh yeah, no, this guy is like crazy. But I love Speedy Gonzalez though.
Yeah, we have a running joke between him, my good buddy Mexican Iron. I mean, he doesn't like Flash. He thinks running's a dumb power, and it's not as dumb as putting on an iron suit, dude. I'm just saying, but.
Oh, come on.
He just likes to rattle my cage on that. We love you. Thank you, brother. I love the Flash. I've never heard such nonsense. The Spectre shall judge you. But it's good to see you, bro. Glad you popped in. Pat S, what's up, bro? So along comes the Spectre, and he, Wesley Dodds has passed his dreamer ability on to unbeknownst to him to Norman McKay.
Yeah.
And so Norman McKay must now become the Spectre's moral anchor as he takes him on a trip, an astral trip through the DC universe of that time, talking about what's happened. They're talking about the catastrophe that just happened that we were going to learn about that happened in Kansas. And what I hate Superman with the ponytail. It pisses me off right here.
Oh man, I used to have a ponytail. Oh, how is that guy?
Yeah, but you can have one. You're not Superman, buddy. You are J-Man.
You're right. Well, listen, Clobby, if I don't see myself in every character that ever appears in any movie, television series, then I can't watch it. If I don't see my exact portrait.
If I don't see myself in that case, I don't like any character ever made.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not even Orange Rocks. So, but yeah, he goes and he takes him to see Superman, and he realizes who he is, and except for the ponytail, this is a perfect scene.
I love this page.
Yeah, Alex Ross even said he didn't want to do that. He did it the 2 times in this comic, and he said he'd never do it again. But I love this stuff here. Hey, Oliver Belamonte, good to see you, my friend. Oh, nice to see you.
Yes, that was cool. So
here we go. We have Wonder Woman shows up, and I like how when she shows up, it's been 10 years. This is 10 years later, as the Spectre just tells him. Superman is in exile. We find out later why. I like what she calls him Clark, and he gets angry. Bristles Cal. He wants to be. This is a part of the journey of this comic. He's renounced himself as a human being, and she's talking to him, and he basically, don't call me Clark, call me Cal. So she's calling him Kal-El, and here he is on the farm. She's calling it the farm. We'll find out later what it is.
What it is, yeah.
But she's basically they're back and forth. He's being an ass, and he tells her when she mentions something that kind of intimates his loss and his pain. He says, "Earthlings die. You know that." She goes, "They were your parents, Cal, and she was your wife. Don't call them earthlings." Yeah. Right there tells you something. He's got some pain going on that we don't know about yet. And we also find out he's in the Fortress of Solitude.
Yep, there's the big reveal.
And just playing on the farm, but he's not really in Smallville, because we find out she tells him, just go look at the news. Go look. Just, you don't know what's going on because you're hiding. Go look and see what happened. and we get a nice little shot of the fortress here, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then I like how he just walks. He's look how all those TV series he's floating there, and we find out that Magog, a being that took over for him, and runs the Justice Battalion. And I love how the Justice Battalion are a weird assortment. They look Peacemaker with a Boba Fett helmet.
Yeah, like that's kind of neat.
We got Judo Master as a chick here, Captain Atom in a different costume. The original Golden Age Daredevil looks like that guy, and they got the Metal Men, but it's one character called Alloy. So they're like, because it's 10 years later, things are different. And Magog with the Ram helmet there, Boo Rams. The Justice Battalion, they're brutal. They chase a poor, kind of a beleaguered and messed up, weak version of the Parasite, who accidentally slices into Captain Atom, and there goes about 1 million people in Kansas wiped out.
Yep. And that goes into that goes hand in hand with the idea that they were supposed to just subdue him, but like he was already kind of giving up, like he was kind of beaten, so there's no point in continuing it on. And Parasite just kind of lost his mind and just you know, and that was the whole point of all this. This is where your big morals come in to say, like, look, the guy's down. It's done. Like, your job isn't to beat the living hell out of someone. Your job is to subdue them and bring them to justice. And then that's where your job ends. But they just want to keep pressing the fight because they're just like, yeah, we're badasses and we're going to fucking kick ass. And then Kansas, like, it's literally obliterated, I think, right? Like, there's no survivors, or it's like
about at least up to 1 million people. A couple other states were hit by it, and eventually they were able to stop the radiation, but it wiped out a gigantic part of the world's agricultural, economy.
Yeah,
or whatever.
You can't grow it. Like, it's basically like a scorched.
Yeah,
it's like a scorched earth or land or whatever. You can't grow. Like, it's like dead. It's a dead land. Yeah.
And he tells Diana, just go back home, like he still doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
And so again, it's sort of like a Ghost of Christmas Past, future type thing to this, quality of this story with Norman McKay traveling everywhere in an astral sense with the Spectre. And Mexican Iron Man, if you're still here, dude.
Oh boy, yeah. Look at the Flash.
This is how cool the Flash is, brother. He shows Keystone City. Now, here's the thing. I guess this is supposed to be Wally West made up to look like Jay Garrick, but it is Keystone City, so that suggests Jay Garrick. I always thought this is Jay Garrick.
You know what? I didn't know who.
He got the helmet.
Yes, I wasn't sure if they're just taking the helmet as a tribute to say it's all the Flash has somehow merged into everything, and now it's just Speed Force Man, and Speed Force Man is wearing some of each, like he's the color of this guy and he's the helmet of this guy. Like, I don't know.
In the time of supreme absence, Keystone City has become a utopia, a protectorate relentlessly patrolled by a gale force of human. That's so
awesome. Oh, you got a bot. Yeah. You got
no one sees him. No one sees him. So I can zap him there.
Yeah.
Got him. Basically, he says he lives between the ticks of a second. He is the Flash, and he's way faster. Let me see Speedy Gonzalez live between the ticks of a second. I like Speedy now.
Yeah, for sure.
I love why would you not think that the running fast power is cool? I don't know how that even happens to an individual.
I mean, yeah, that the running fast is like it's got to be your top 5 powers. It's like,
there's a great one. There he is.
You're not impressed by Flash.
I hear, but I'm not impressed by Flash showing up my wife. Mexicans, use fast and grow Telephone cards. I love Mike. You a bad man, you. You a rascal. You rascalous, you. But yeah, so he's basically taking him on a tour to other parts of the DC universe. I hated this. This is the scene I hated the most, probably.
Yeah.
With Hawkman turning into an eco-terrorist. Shut up, Mark Waid and Alex Ross, you dumbasses. That was not called for.
Yeah.
They don't even tell you which Hawkman it is, or one of the thousands of different Hawkmen. And Carter.
Yeah,
now,
I can
again,
get their names right. Now this is cool.
Now, is it Hal? Is it Alan? I don't know. He looks like Alan Scott. They call him the Green Knight.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't tell this either. I've got an Alan Scott statue, like a big statue of Alan Scott, because I like him. But it's kind of like Yeah, it's like the forehead of Alan. This is so weird. It's like kind of
He
the
looks
forehead.
like Alan Scott.
Yeah, it's like the forehead of Alan Scott, but I think it's
But there's
supposed
no
to be
Hal here. I think it's Hal.
I think it's
And,
Hal too.
Yeah, because he's older. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, they probably say. I see. I haven't read the cards, and I have all the info, all the different books they did. I have that hardcover that has a big, and it probably says it in there, but I haven't read that in 20 years. So forgive me, everyone. We're just talking about the story tonight.
Hal, if I remember. It's at the back.
I always thought it was Hal. They said it was Hal on some of the cards, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, yet another takes his refuge high above the earth's surface, his self-made emerald city twinkling in the night like a verdant star. Yeah, Green Lantern commands a lonely throne. He's up there taking care of us. So Green Lantern's got us covered.
Yeah.
In a galactic stance. And then, of course, they were showing some stuff like, leave Aquaman alone. We'll handle him later.
Yep.
I don't mind this version of the Legion they're talking about, even though it looks more like Legionnaires, which kind of bothers me, but I'll let it slide. But what I really like is our next bit, where he basically remembers, he says, what has become of the Batman? Batman. And you see a little bit of Gotham City. You got bat bots everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. And basically, nice. Batman has his city under control. That's all you see.
Yeah, so it's like it's so under control that no one can do anything.
No. Now, the scene in the audiobook is so horrible. You want to just, oh, good Lord. I got to not even think about it. There's a whole bunch of, all these kids have really stupid dialogue. I'm glad they have no dialogue here.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of dialogue if it's not, I don't like unnecessary dialogue, and because it just bogs down the story. I think this was a good read. I reread this a few days before today just to kind of remember. And actually, I hadn't read it for, like 15 years at least. And rereading it now, I'm like, yeah, I remember a lot of this. Like it was just it just flowed well. And it seemed it's 200 pages if you read the full thing all together. And it went by pretty fast. Like, I'm like, shit, I'm already on page 100. I'm like, it's just easier to read and it looks nice. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Some comics today, like I open them up and you're like, whoa, there's a lot of text on here, and you read it and it's gibberish. Like they're just, like where's the story going?
Absolutely. Keep me abreast of your time factor, by the way, dude, because it takes a while. If we have to continue it, we can. Because we're down just toward the end of the first issue, but we can. If you need us to move along or move it up. Anyway, but this is the end of issue 1 where he takes Norman McKay and he's pretty much acting like, that's all you have to show me? This disturbs you? He says, yes, you're an angel. That makes you a messenger of hope. At no time did I promise you hope. Yeah. And he gives him a great speech about how we need hope and stuff. And all of a sudden, another superhuman fight breaks out. And this scene really, I remember when I first got this, because I was pretty distraught at this point when I first read it. I'm like, Superman, what the hell's wrong with you, dude? Come on, snap out of it. And you got this big fight going on between idiots. And I love, if you look here in the middle, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but can you see my arrow? Oh, shit.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Right here, this dude, if you could barely see there,
it's Mr. Terrific or something.
Mr. Terrific, because it has fair play on there.
Yeah. He's got it's Mr. Terrific in like a suit of armor or something.
Yeah, because again, everything was spikes and armor back then.
Yeah. I love Mr. Terrific, man. The real Mr. Terrific.
Monkey Jeeba said he sent me evidence that Hawkman is actually Northwind. Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to. I believe you. You don't have to. You don't have to prove anything, man. You can say it, and we believe you, buddy. But thank you. So they got this big fight going on. And he's telling the Spectre, if any of us to survive any of this, we need more than ever. We need hope. Yep. And then I love this scene. And suddenly there was a wind. No, not a wind. A blur, a motion. Bending the steel of their weapons, changing the very course of the mighty river below. And before the bystanders freed themselves from the cable car, they knew it. We all knew it. We knew and remembered. This chokes me up every time. Like, look up in the sky.
Yes.
That is just beautiful. Was one of the great pages of all comics, in my opinion.
Yeah,
right there.
I love it. I know. Yeah, and people in the chat who are watching, you really need to pick this up. In you can get it in graphic novel form. There's hardcovers and stuff, but because the pictures here are not doing it justice with the colors and stuff, you have to the iPad. I've got it on Comixology and in physical form, but The Comixology one is not bad if you want to have something to just read very easily, because it is quite bright and they've really it's very sharp. So they do a good job of like kind of remastering these, but like this page is kick ass. You can just make this your wallpaper on your phone or whatever, and it's just like so good.
And it's Superman just making these little twerps look like nothing.
Shouldn't he be in an all black costume though?
No. He had not turned back, but then it throws you a curve. He had not turned back. He's not turned his back on us. He stands in the sky, faith rewarded, that is, he is returned. And oh dear God, the threat of Armageddon hasn't ended. It's just begun. Oops.
Uh-oh. That is chapter 1.
Yeah. And I saw 7 angels which stood before God, and another angel came and stood at the this damn right. I gotta move my head way too close to the screen. At the altar, having a golden censer, and the angel took the censer and filled it with fire, and the altar, and the 7 angels prepared themselves to sound. Angels, oh, wake up, Norman McKay, you dumbass. Oh, he didn't really say that. So, yes, this was where we start. I didn't really care for this opening scene that much. You know, this character's over the top dumb. You know, they had to throw a little politics in there, even for the time, which is kind of silly.
Yeah.
But still, the Justice League shows up to kick some arse.
Well, at least it's not the entire comic. That was sort of the point. Like you could throw in your little stuff, and you can't help it if you're a writer throwing this stuff in, and that's fine. But when it's the entire focus of your book and that's all you care about, and who cares about the story or characterizations, then that's when the problems arise. But yeah, this is a good page too.
Yes, you got Hawk Dude and the Ray. Hawk whomever. Oh, he said it was Northwind. Ray, Wonder Woman, of course, Soups and Hal, and
Power Girl.
I guess he's Barry. I don't know. And Power Girl, whoop, indeed. And then Superman, of course, makes quick work of these whistles. I love seeing Robin, Robin. They call him
Red Robin. Yeah.
They call him Robin in here, but in the cards they call him Red Robin. That's Dick Grayson. So yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And again, some nice art.
Yeah, this is all good stuff.
Superman putting the statue back, and then he goes, basically, this is a pivotal point of the story, because Superman decides to tell him, good afternoon. Many of you may remember us. We have been away for a while. That was our mistake. Right. Sean, what's up, dude?
Hey, Sean.
Good to see you. In our absence, a new breed of metahumans has arisen, a vast phalanx of self-styled heroes unwilling to preserve life or defend the defenseless. A legion of vigilantes who have perverted their great powers, who have forsworn the responsibilities due them. We have returned to teach them the meaning of truth and justice. I love that. Good.
I was going to say, I've got, we'll finish this page and I can show you. I got my cards that I can show quickly on screen. Too,
okay.
If you guys want. Yeah.
Okay. Together we will guide a new breed with wisdom, and if necessary, with force. Above all, we will restore order. We will make things right again.
Yeah. And that page where he's addressing the public, that was one of the cards. And that was one of the cards I can show you if you want to see. I don't know if it's too glary. I'll just show you one page just so that people can kind of get an idea of what they're like.
Hang on a second.
Oh. So it's like...
Let me get you in solo.
Yeah.
I have those cards too. I wonder where mine are.
Yeah, that's good. So it's not glaring, so you can kind of see. So like you see how you normally get a 3x3, you normally get 9 cards. These cards were kind of like widescreen. So
they were a lot bigger than regular cards.
Yeah, so regular card is probably going to end like there, right? So it's like a whole extra thing. And but yeah, I've got the Captain Marvel and Magog figures from that line as well. But they're
I got all the figures. Yeah, I got a bunch of those figures. Decepticon, I do believe there was an absolute.
I think there might be. Yes.
I don't have it, but I think there was one.
If it's
I have
worth
the
getting those,
original hardcover. Yeah,
Yeah, those are expensive, but it is pretty cool. They have Absolute Watchmen. That's 100%.
that I have.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't have the Absolute Kingdom Come, but I have the original hardcover they did in 1990 or whatever it was, like I was telling you about earlier. That's this is a nice book. So basically, I like when when they're talking about Magog, whom they mention later. Wonder Woman through Magog will be dealt with if he services, blah, blah, he probably won't, but screw him, let's see what we're on. So now and then again, some more of their kind of silliness. There's no president or anything like that. There's just a UN council, probably because he's got some globalist or whatever. I don't know, but just kind of silly. We won't go there. Just saying.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So we move on now. Now the story's moving, but this is one of my favorite parts of the whole comic. Is when Superman, where does he go as soon as he's back in action? He goes to look for Batman.
Yeah.
And look at Wayne Manor.
Yeah.
Bruce, I know you're down here. You can't hide from me. And then Batman, I bow to your superior wisdom. I love the Bat Cave right here.
Yeah.
The penny and the Joker card and the
penny,
dinosaur and the Bat boat. After all, you know all about hiding, don't you, Clark? Don't call me Clark. What happened to the manor? Once my identity got exposed, Bane and Two-Face happened to it. Doesn't matter. I have everything I need down here. Besides, it's not as if anyone intrudes on me. That hardly ever happens. Clark.
Yeah.
Clark. He never calls him Cal. He calls him Clark on purpose. Yeah. Batman is a total a-hole in this comic, which is great. Yes. Oh, dear. I can't decide who he drew Batman to look like, but he drew him to look like somebody.
Yeah, I the only one I recognize is Fred McMurray for Captain Marvel, and I recognized that before someone told me.
And he did a movie where he was dressed like a superhero. Fred McMurray did a movie where he actually dressed like a superhero.
Oh, wow.
I forgot. I'll find the name of it. You can see him. It looks almost like Captain Marvel in a movie before. I'll find it. What's the name of that movie? Someone here will know. But I like the exchange because that's right. Someone told me your knights became free once genocide blew up Arkham Asylum and everyone in it. He said, not to mention Bell Rev Prison and Blackgate. Not an action I condone, but tell me. But don't tell me. Listen, but don't tell me that it doesn't give your invulnerable skin a little tingle. Yeah. You go, I don't have that darker side. Tell that to your tailor. Yeah. Black is a new look for you.
So what'd you think of this new logo for Superman? I at first I was kind of like on it, but I kind of really like it now. And I
bought the shirt. I bought the shirt. I still have it somewhere. Maybe. I love that shirt. Yeah, hey, your Muslim uncle. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. I loved it.
Did you see Brandon Routh in this costume? Were you a fan of?
I didn't watch that because I hate CW too much, but I saw what he looked like.
He looked really cool. Like he looked pretty good. It was exact. Like it was one of the times where they didn't try to movify it or make it the quote unquote better version or movie version or realistic version or whatever. It was pretty much the costume.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Decepticon says this and Justice are beautiful visual feasts of painted DC superheroes and villains. I would argue this is a very unpopular argument, Sean. I love Kingdom Come. I think Justice is a little bit of a better story, to be honest. And no one even ever talks about. Well, Mark C and I actually covered Justice like you are doing now, and I love Justice, but no one even ever gives it the time of day anymore, other than the art. And I think that's a shame. That story is worthwhile.
I have to I have Justice on Comixology. I don't have it in like a physical format. He's in Marvels. I don't have it in physical format either. I have to go through those again and just like.
I love Marvels. Again. I love Marvels as well. I really do. Let's see. What's that? Clobby recalled CW Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 4 series is where Supergirl and Batwoman went to another Earth and and I heard I heard Kevin Conroy was a bad Batman and all that stuff. It didn't make much difference to me either way because I can't stand CW. After torture myself with the first 2 seasons of Flash, and I was just like and I think I watched the first couple seasons of that Legends of Tomorrow crap. I'm just like, this is just not for me. Sometimes you have to face the fact that something's just not for you. It may be for everybody else, not for you.
If you thought the first 2 seasons of both those shows were the not good seasons, then you would have committed suicide.
Oh,
I'm still watching. I have not. I stopped Legends because even I couldn't torture myself, and I like Highlander too. I had to stop the torture, but I'm still continuing with Flash, and that is a slog fest. I'm just watching it to see if how angry I can get, and then I'm using it. I'm using it as therapy. Remember when Edward Norton was trying to get himself angry in that Hulk movie, and he kept trying to see his heart rate, and then he would try to calm himself. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm trying. It's my anger management time.
that's amazing.
But I couldn't do Legends of Tomorrow. I watched the first 2, and then I started the third one. I'm like, this is so awful. I can't even Highlander to this. I can't do it.
Oh my God, dude. Monkey Jeebus nailed it. He said he has some Ted Knight characteristics. Oh, now I'm never going to unsee that. Thanks a lot, Monkey. Now Bruce Wayne looks like Ted Knight or Ted Baxter. Man. Later, and he, of course, that voiceover later at the Hall of Justice.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Bruce, the League needs you. I'm busy. Too busy to help save the world. The crisis at hand isn't new, Clark. Where have you been? Oh, I'm sorry. Perhaps I should ask Magog. He is brutal to Clark here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, this is a great the whole scene here with Superman and Batman is great. And they have their argument, their irreconcilable differences, it seems. And then when he leaves, was it Ollie Queen comes along and Ted Cord and Dinah? Yes, he knew we were here. I could feel his X-rays. Hell, I'm probably sterile now.
Green Arrow's such a douche.
He is.
I'm such a Superman nerd that anyone who says something negative about Superman immediately irritates me. And I love Green Arrow. I love the comics. I have the toys. I have the superpower toys. I always collect Green Arrow comics. I even the newer ones. I read the New 52 and I read the Rebirth. And it's like, but then I'm like, oh, you're such a dick.
Well, man, and yeah, he really was more of a dick in Miller's Dark Knight. So I love this page right here, where it kind of just basically he sums up Superman, Batman, awesome. And in their day, they were the truest representatives of their kind. One, the zenith of human fortitude and ambition. The other, the pinnacle of otherworldly power. Otherworldly, of course, Superman. Superman is an alien. Yeah, no kidding. Exposition guy.
Yeah. Did anyone really need that? But it's so beautifully done with his hand separating the two, like, first appearances or whatever. Like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, this is beautiful page. Yep. So,
and even Wonder Woman, that's her first appearance.
Wonder Woman's amazing in this. Yeah. And there we are getting everything. He's getting the groups together. They're going around being Justice League, fighting all these. There's Starman for some weird reason. Starboy.
Is that Dr. Midnight in the back there? Yeah, I think that in the top.
Yes. No, okay. Right there. I thought no.
Yeah,
that's him. That's the Midnight. Other. Okay. Yeah, the one that's not one of the McNider's like grandchildren or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Robin. It's like all these little Where's Waldo things in this. You're like, who's that guy in there?
It's full of those, which is a lot of fun, by the way. And they even did books about that later. But so anyway, they're out, fighting crime again, being Justice League-ish, and I like this stupid building character for some reason. It's like a walking building guy.
I didn't know what that is. Like, who is that? What is that character? Like, it's just so weird.
And again, being very Superman, he gets on to Diana for being too. He says, Diana, because she knocks the crap out of him. You're being too violent. Basically, take a breath. They're not evil, just misguided. Mm-hmm. He said, how badly? If they don't act like if they want to act like warriors, I'll show them war. She's really violent in this because she's been cast out of Paradise Island. Oh, I know people like to say Themyscira. And she's been cast out for not being enough of an envoy, I suppose she said. And he does say, you're right. They seem to have little regard for human life. And there's nothing more sacred than that. Yeah. How Superman is that?
Yeah. Helping the old lady out.
Switching right to this scene. This is this woman's neck being broken. And then you see there, that's Vandal Savage drawn to look like Tim Curry.
Oh, that's awesome. Reason. Yeah.
Looked like it to me anyway.
Yeah, you're right. No, that is Tim Curry.
And then I like this how they're talking about. He says, "I do my best to stay passive as my guide, but man, you can see the Spectre is piece. You can see the Spectre pissed off at the murderous act.
Yep.
Yeah, and you got all these villains in here. You got old Lex Luthor. You got King from the Wild. What's it? The Wild. What's it? The Royal Flush Gang.
Yeah, you got Riddler in there. Is that Catwoman?
Right. You got Lord Naga, who was Cobra, an old Kirby villain. You got Catwoman, Riddler. Then you've got right here, even Al Zafash, the son of the Bat. Before he was ever that little creep, Damian Wayne. What's his name?
Damian Wayne. I love Damian Wayne. We're doing the Damian Wayne appreciation stream.
Yeah.
You're
I
hosting.
hate Damian Wayne's little face. This is what he could have been here.
I cannot pronounce this person's name at all. What's the name of this guy?
Ibn al-Zafash.
Oh gosh.
Ibn it means son of the Bat. It actually means son of the Bat.
Okay.
So yeah,
I like when a comic makes me feel stupid. I'm like, what am I?
I didn't know it either. I had to find out. None of us knew it. None of us knew that till the later books came out and stuff. No, that's everybody. But then Luthor walks in as Luthor's waiter. This scene was chilling right here.
Oh, chilling.
Billy Batson. Smile. We think he's Captain Marvel right here. Oops. Yeah. Spoiler. Well,
spoilers, yeah. That is so cool.
This is one of the greatest scenes again. Some of the best stuff is in issue 2. When they go to this is that this a fat old Lobo with a shirt, Bite Me fanboy shirt?
Yeah.
And they go to this bar where all the super jerk offs hang out, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, there's a scene, this panel 2. That's the human bomb telling a guy to pull his finger, and when he does,
my
of course,
God.
Everyone remember the old Golden Age character and Bronze Age too from the Freedom Fighters, human bomb.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't remember this guy. I was like, who's this guy?
Look at Plastic Man in the mosh pit. So stupid.
Oh, that's so funny. I never noticed that.
Oh yeah, Dead Man's a skeleton.
Yeah.
There's a Creeper.
That's cool.
Creeper looks terrible.
Yeah, Creeper's all weird.
Pull my finger. I can't.
That's super funny.
And Two-Face is standing there right there watching it.
Oh my God.
So ridiculous. Look in the back there, Rorschach. There's Rorschach behind this dude. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, where? What?
Behind the guy who's pulling what's his face's finger.
Yeah. Oh my God! Yes, there he is. I zoomed in on my iPad.
There's the Invisible Man next to him.
Yeah, Invisible Man. Yeah. Oh my God.
But my favorite bit of all of these kids, they're monsters. They will be tamed.
Yeah.
So Superman walks in, everyone's like, oops.
Shouldn't you guys be in school?
Yeah, this doesn't help. And he just blasts. Look at the guy. This is so funny. See the guy at the bar before Superman blasts the thing, and where Superman says this doesn't help?
Yeah.
That's the guy with the bowler hat. That's John Steed from the Avengers TV show.
Oh my God. I have a John Steed tattoo.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's him and Emma Peel. I have a tattoo of the two of them together.
Nice.
Oh, what's he watching? What's the poster in the back? There's like a weird poster. Oh my God, it's got like the rogues.
It's got the rogues galleries for some reason. It's
that's so funny.
Well, and because the guy with the helmet with the mask, he must be Trickster now running the bar or something. Oh, see, he's got his mask, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
I've always thought that, but this has been a long time since I've looked at this stuff. Right. He goes, "Party's over," and then this guy said, "Oh, I'm shaking. Ain't it past your bedtime, Grandpa? What is it? What does the S stand for? Senile?" And then he gets punched.
Yeah.
You know, look at that guy's shirt. The guy saying that in the top panel, that's Marvin, as in Wendy and Marvin from the Super Friends.
Oh my God. Yes. Wow. Yeah, you got to go through this. Like, the problem is it reads so well and it flows so good that you start to kind of like get into it. And you kind of like stop. You don't stop to pay attention to the art. You really have to go through this twice in one sitting. Like, you have to go through it again.
Oh yeah. And I'm taking too much time on the minutia. No, that's not the question. If you're talking about Rorschach, that's Rorschach.
No, it's Rorschach for sure. I zoomed in. I can zoom in on the iPad. It's definitely Rorschach.
I think the guy with the Bite Me fanboy shirt is supposed to be an old Lobo.
Yeah, I think so too.
The guy next to him is I think Vril Dox from Legion 89, except he looks like Uncle Fester. Or so I don't know. But you got all these crazy characters. I just love the scene though, when he basically says, "Thank you. I'm here because the world's in a bad shape. We have a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it in. I want you to join the league willingly.
Yeah.
But before you do, you should know that we have rules. Heroes act in a certain way. This isn't it.
Yeah.
Those of you who take up with us willingly will be expected to be as responsible as you are powerful. You'll be expected to behave better. Those who don't will be dealt with.
Yeah.
Our job is thankless, but we do what has to be done. Right now, we're humanity's only hope. Be heroes." God, I love it. I love that.
Awesome.
That's what this whole thing is about.
Oh my God! I think I see Basil Rathbone, Sherlock Holmes.
He is there. Basil Rathbone in the question is next.
Holy shit! That's
and Rorschach
crazy.
Again.
That's crazy.
Rorschach again too.
Oh yeah, there's Rorschach again. Yeah. Oh my God. Who's the bartender? Is the bartender Spock?
The bartender is one of the Wonder Twins.
Oh my God! Yes. Okay. Because they do have
that's
like
what's his face? Zan or whatever. Yeah. And yep, that's hilarious.
Oh,
I love
Zan.
it. Freaking dead man's a skeleton. That's so hilarious.
That is actually really fun. I like that. I can't believe Basil Rathbone is in this, for Christ's sakes. That's the damn best.
I was gonna. Oh, hello there, Jordan. Good to see you.
Hey, Jordan, how's it going, dude?
I was gonna tell you about Basil. I'm glad you spotted him. So I was gonna.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going ahead of you now. So
no, that's cool. No, go for it, man. Well, look, I mean, you're the one who knows how much time you have, bro. So you just let me know when you.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got a lot of great stuff here with I love that Captain Comet's in there. Jesus, again, anyone ever read Secret Society of Supervillains from the 70s? You ever read that title?
No, I never read that.
No. Oh, Captain Comet was in there a lot. Captain Comet is a hero from the 60s, but he got to be in that comic a lot, and he is right there.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
But yes, they go see Aquaman. Can we put our gulag filled of superpowered jerk-offs down in your?
That is so funny.
No, you can't.
No.
No.
It's like no.
Now we don't want your stupid. And I can kind of understand where he's coming from. And that was when Superman first finds out that Diana's been abolished, exiled. Yes. Yeah, and that's when things are kind of going south. And they finally find Magog. This is a pretty interesting scene right here.
I love this entire section, to be honest.
What is the Kirby Sandman doing with them, by the way? So this
where are we looking at?
That guy right here.
Hold on.
That's the Kirby Sandman from the 70s.
Oh,
I don't know what he's there for. But I mean, nothing wrong with it. I'm just always like, So anyway, there he goes. He brings they go to face Magog, and they started reminiscing about what happened in Metropolis when the Joker went wild. And of course, he's telling them, but people were tired of you. Oh, we're going to cover that News Time magazine.
Yeah.
Must There Be a Superman? That's based on a famous story called Must There Be a Superman from the 70s, written by Elliot Magan, who did the novelization of this book. Hey, Chris Persia, good to see you there, brother.
Hey, Chris.
So, and I like looking at those magazines behind.
Me too. I'm looking at the back.
You can get lost in the minutiae of the background stuff, and I'm sorry, we've been doing that, but it's so much fun. One of the fun things that's fun about the book.
Yeah.
But he asked him, said,
got cowboy western, weird tales. That's cool.
And so he says, how many men did he take out that last time? 92 men, and Superman and one woman. We know who that is. And
oh man.
And yet still, he said, I thought you were Batman would get to him first, but when he found him, he said, I'll never forget the look on your face when you saw me standing over that smoking creep. I hate that stupid ponytail. Nothing against you. Just doesn't look like
he had long hair for a bit, right? At some
point. But that was my Superman. That was 90s.
Yeah. So maybe they're just addressing that.
I want to punch things. I want to punch the air when I see that. So anyway, Magog got acquitted and all this other kind of stuff. So basically when he couldn't believe that, he didn't want to kill him himself. Yeah. Superman was sticking to his principles, and basically he wanted to meet him and have a big fight with him. Instead, Superman quit. He said they don't want my time anymore. They don't want our kind anymore.
Mhm.
And so there they are, having it out in Kansas. When he was talking about, look, this is what I represent. He said the devastation of Kansas. You must be proud, and he loses it.
Yeah.
God damn you! And he's a broken man now. It's
Yeah.
your fault, you bastard. World changed, but you didn't. So they chose me. They chose the man who would kill over the man who wouldn't. Now they're dead. This is prime Superman stuff right here.
Yeah, this entire section is just they should do. When I like Sean and I would talk about this a lot. That if they're going to do a Superman story and they wanted to do, is he still relevant? There, you've got the Elite storyline. You've got this. You could easily rework this into some kind of thing with Magog, just being this new hero and killing whoever, and then they have to find out that, okay, do we want Superman or do we want this guy? Like, you could rework this into a Superman only movie, live action, if you wanted to, because I think he would look great as a character, and they could have a big fight, and then at the end he just breaks down and he kind of just Superman wins because he's so good. I like the idea that Superman always doesn't have to really beat anyone up to win. He can just kind of win because either he outsmarts them or he's just so good that they realize that they're just, like how this scene is where he's so broken and he's just like, I'm nothing. Like, you left and they're left with me and I'm nothing. And then he just kind of loses it. And I think that would be a cool way. You could almost end the movie that way, right? Like it doesn't have to be a big fight. It could just be this. An emotional ending, more like as opposed to action ending.
I'd be for that. That'd be amazing. Absolutely. A million ghosts punish me, lock me away, kill me, just make the ghosts go away. And just at the end, Superman realizes we are at war.
Yeah.
And this scene with this is pretty cool when you see this at the beginning. You think he's talking to Darkseid, but Darkseid would talk like that. That's weird. Yeah. And then Orion starting to look like Darkseid. And basically that's a very interesting conversation, showing how it's easier when you're just out there fighting, when you're trying to run things. Steve Mitchum, what's up, bro?
Hey, Steve.
Good to see you, buddy. So this was a pretty cool
Was
scene.
this scene in the original comic? Because I thought I know that they had added some scenes for this collection or something.
If I remember correctly, this was one of the added bits.
So
but I could be wrong.
Section.
I mean, I bought them all when they first came out, of course. But if I remember correctly, I know the big scene at the end of 4 was tacked on the prologue, but I think this was added. But
yes, I think it was added. I was trying to look through my notes. I kind of got lost in our discussion. So I think my notes said that was an added thing for later.
It's kind of weird seeing Ross do a Kirby machine, but they did a Kirby machine.
Yeah, I love the over-designed Kirby machines.
I think maybe this was added too. You got Scott Free and Big Body. You got Mr. Miracle and Big Body. In fact, I think this reason why I do think it's added is because I'm pretty sure I remember the original issue ending with "We are at war," and that was it.
Right.
And they tacked this onto it for the first trade paperback. Even the first trade. So there they are. Time folds and new structures arise. They're building the gulag, and of course, we all know what the gulag ends up looking like.
Yeah. Oh my God!
No, I think I'm sorry. It didn't end on "We at War," but it ended on this.
It ended on this with the hand shaking with Luthor. Yeah.
Observe.
Oh.
Congratulations. This is great. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point I was like losing my mind. I'm like, this effing better not happen. This is the worst comic ever. I'm like, this is a trash comic. I knew I shouldn't have bought it.
Batman's got something up his sleeves. Keeping up with Luthor. You're right.
I was a dumb kid, right?
You know how long it was between issue 2 and 3?
How long in real? I don't know how long it was in real life.
Oh, no. It had to be 2 or 3 months if I remember right. Now they always just took too damn long for these things. So you're like, wait a minute, dude, Batman. I mean, but I was older, so maybe I didn't really believe it. But I was still like, what? I want to see what happens. And,
I was totally. And I was like, while I was reading this, remember, I only read it as a collection. I didn't read it when it was coming out. So even while reading, I'm like, what? I'm like, this better friggin' be undone pretty fast. And then, of course, obviously, that it's spoiler. It's not. They're not really teaming
Of course. Up. Oh no, he's the bat all the way.
Oh, this is a great with Blue Beetle, that crazy armored Blue Beetle there. That was.
Oh yeah, yeah. At least Ted Cord's alive.
It's like, look at that. That's awesome, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, at least we got a living Ted Cord there. And he cried with a loud voice, and when
so good.
a lion roareth, and when he cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Another vision. And so this is the Legion of Doom headquarters. Is the Gulag.
Okay, yo, that's genius. Like, seriously.
That was genius.
That's genius. Like, let's face the facts. It's like, I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, I can't believe how awesome this is, because there's no reason, like, it could have just looked like a cool thing. Like, there's no reason for them to paint it that way. You know, it's done literally just to be cool for the fans.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it wouldn't have made any difference if it wasn't the Legion of Doom headquarters. It wouldn't have mattered. It could have just been a cool looking prison. You'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool, and then you just move on, right?
Right. But Ross loved Super Friends, so and so did Wade, I think. So yeah, this is just one of the great pages of the whole thing.
So damn cool.
Yeah, and this is inside, of course, where
this is insane.
Better behave yourselves.
This is insane. Like, look at this insanity in here.
Yeah, I love it. Filled beyond capacity.
Yeah, like instantaneously, they said, or something. It was like it was filled. I'm not reading along, but it was like they said it's like it got filled like in like right away. It was pretty much filled immediately.
The world is infested with super people. Still, the walls hold, thanks to in no small part to the Gulag's architect and warden, once the greatest escape artist of 3 worlds, scot-free, an unparalleled master of bonds and traps.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And these jerks, there's Magon's just kind of feeling really bad. I love how they're forced to like watch a holographic Superman tell them to behave themselves.
Oh my! I know, that is so great.
In this world, there is right and there is wrong, and that distinction is not difficult to make.
Yeah. Please
understand our intent. None of you are here for punishment. You're here for education, you little whiny little bastards. Oh, he didn't say that. But he makes, again, the very Superman point. The powers we have, the things we do, they're meant to inspire ordinary citizens, not intimidate them, not to terrify them.
Right.
We cannot act as judge and jury. We adhere to a moral code based on the preservation of life. Total Superman. And they're all scoffing at it and yelling back at these. That's why they're in there, because they're a bunch of punks that don't understand that. Very simple. Right. So, and there's Captain Comet. I love him. This big jackass right here. They kind of go to more in the book and the audio. That guy right there.
Yeah.
Von Bach. He's like a big powerhouse guy.
Yep.
Von Bach. And Captain Comet just slams him with telekinesis. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Captain Comet never gets enough credit. So anyway, you got all these weird villains, and then
these weird characters.
I like this. This is the scene where the elders of the universe are all having a little argument.
Yep. Just to do nothing, basically. They're like, it's like they're justifying to themselves why they shouldn't do anything. Basically, it's like
the audio drama, dude. Oh my god, these voices are all done by DC staffers, like Denny O'Neil and Mark Waid and all these other people, and it's so stupid, so bad.
Oh my god, that is very silly.
And
I'm gonna you're selling me on this audio drama, by the way.
Dude,
I know you think you're trying to make it sound bad.
No,
you're making it sound
great. It's great. It is great, and how bad it is. I mean, you'll laugh. Snorty Poopus. You're gonna laugh your ass off. The voice from Boston Brand is so bad, and it made me want to destroy things, but it was funny. Now we make fun of it. But see, they take some good dialogue and make it really bad, and then they add some dialogue that's really bad anyway.
Right. So anyway, perfect.
For those wondering, this is basically the elders of the universe trying to talk themselves out of interfering.
Right.
You have High Father and Shazam and the Phantom Stranger and Ganthet, to name a few. And Boston Brand.
Oh, we got another bot. Another bot, I think, just popped in.
Let's take care of that bot here. Oh, no. Did I get him? Yeah, I got him.
You got him, yeah.
I got him. When I get them on this side, they stay gotten, and I see them gotten. I see them taken. So a
This
nice,
is cool sitting on the structure, this Green Lantern like
Yep.
satellite or station, and just
I love that.
chatting away. That's cool.
I love the fact that the only reason Superman has that is so she can hear him, where she has to have the whole globe around her head, of course,
Yes.
to breathe. But still, she's powerful enough to sit there in space and be fine.
And they're like flicking around little like
off of
rocks
asteroids, rocks off of asteroids.
Yeah, like
I love that scene.
I like when Superman, this happened in All-Star Superman. I don't know. I love All-Star Superman. I don't know if you like
do
that
too. I love it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, where Superman, it's like they don't show up Superman just hanging out and doing things that a normal person would do. Like, you'd sit by the shore and you skip rocks or whatever. And it's like, well, Superman's version of that is, I'm just sitting around and throwing, space rocks around. And I mean, and I like when they take time out to show cool stuff like that, where it's just Superman being Superman, and just having a fun time.
Oh, I love stuff like that. Now, I mean, like, and they're in mid conversation. Goes, so then I flew him up and about here, and said, "Do you see this beautiful blue marble, Brainiac? That's my world. Return it now." Yeah. So, yep. Just telling her about the good old days. That's a fun scene. That's a touching scene. And he's even messing with the lasso, like lassoing all asteroids. That's cool stuff.
Yeah, that is so cool.
Oh man, they're a
good page.
They're a couple.
Yeah, this is cool.
I know everyone likes it to be Superman and Lois, but in my time, it was always they were sort of together, but I don't know. And I don't know. I was a Lana guy, to be honest, but after Lois being dead, Superman and Wonder Woman works.
I think the people who are on the team Lana, for example, is that Lana liked Clark, and to me, Clark was the real person because that's who he grew up and that's who he was, like, deep down. And does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
It's like whenever, like, Mary Jane, it's like Mary Jane likes Spider-Man. Well, big whoop-de-doo, everyone likes Spider-Man or whatever. It's like
no, I'm absolutely with that. Wow, this page here,
this is crazy.
The Fawcett page, you have him dreaming of all these Fawcett. Look, there's Captain Yahtzee
and friggin' Bullet Man. Bullet Man's the damn best.
The Thunder Bunny, the bunny's there.
Is my buddy Spy Smasher in
Spy
there?
Smasher's on there, I think. So
Spy Smasher is one of my favorite. I have the shirt of it. I watched the serial 100 times. I bought like the making of the serial. I love that serial. Sean has not seen it. I'm calling him out.
Damn it, Sean.
Damn it, Sean! You're a bastard. You have to watch. We're gonna next time you come over, we're watching Spy Smasher.
But yes, he's controlling. He's mind zapping. Or look at the newspaper. It says Monster Society, which was one of the big long sagas, one of the Shazam, Captain Marvel sagas of the 40s.
Yeah, and it says Fawcett. If you look real close, it says Fawcett something. So it's like a Fawcett newspaper. You can't read what it's a Fawcett Journal, maybe perhaps it says.
Yeah, can't really tell. His Fawcett something though, so I love that stuff. I mean, it looks like I like how the mood he sets here for the mad scientist, even though he's calling Sivana the ultimate mad scientist. He says you suppose that when they coined the term mad scientist, they were talking about him, meaning Sivana, meaning Thaddeus Bodog Sivana. But
he's got Mr. Mind. Is this Mr. Mind? Worm thing?
Yep, I don't know. I love Batman's surveillance fight.
Yes,
is a bat.
Oh, that's genius.
That's fantastic. I mean, that's so Batman. That's so comic.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and there he is. Yeah. Batman is on the case, and
so here's where you start to. This is where they're dropping the hints that look, Batman's not really with Luthor here.
No.
It's like this is and then I start to calm down a bit. I'm like, okay, this is we're back. It's fine. Everything's fine. I wouldn't have been able to hold out waiting a month. That's the other thing too. If I know something's a mini series, sometimes I will actually wait because I don't care about the collectability of the single issues. I'll wait for it to be collected and then read the whole thing. If I know for sure that, look, this is going to be a 4-parter or a 12-parter, something like that, then sometimes I'll wait because if the story's really good, I can't wait. Like I devoured this in one sitting and I already read it and I was still getting caught up into it. Right. So if it's something like that, I like to have like the collection, even if I have, like, I've got the Watchmen original issues, but I never touch those. I bought the trade because that's how I'm going to read it. Right. Like,
sure.
But yeah, anyway.
That's what I do too. I always like the trade. I love trades. I love trades and hardcovers and
Yeah.
omnibuses and omnibus
And the epic collections are
fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah, those are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. Right here, we're starting to see a little bit more. Your faith is starting to return. The Batman's going to return.
I'm the Norman McKay here of this story. I'm like
Norman McKay
coming back.
Oh my goodness! And this Batman's group's got some weirdos in it. One of them, he's got Dick Grayson's daughter in it. I am not Starfire. And of course, even though Dick Grayson's with Superman.
Yes, that's right. Dick joined Superman. Yeah. You got it's like the weird HAL 9000 look. It's like this weird HAL 9000 eye.
Yes.
even though it's not really that, but I don't know. I always think of that. Anytime I see a red dot, I'm like, oh, it's HAL, even though it's not a computer thing.
Of course, I love that the scene here with John Jones, Martian Manhunter.
This is awesome.
I mean, this was when he gets John to help him.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then sends him on his own. He said, John, you fought the good fight longer than any of us. You've done all that's ever been asked of you. And today was no exception. You've paid your dues, old friend. Go home and rest. Yeah. Dream of red sands and silent stars.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I love that. Were there 4 or 5, you mean, of Kingdom Come, Pat S? There were four regular issues. Then they did a trade that added some stuff to it. And then, of course, some hardcovers and such. If you're referring to Kingdom Come, Watchmen, they're 12.
Watchmen's 12, yeah.
But yeah, I like how he's walking around and everybody's scared because he's scared to death because they think he's Captain Marvel.
Oh, I know, and then there's a big twist to that, which is great.
Yes,
yes. Oh,
right, guys, he's scary looking when you think, wow, that's everyone's oh boy, and it's weird,
so creepy. I love Captain
for Luther.
Marvel.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is he's Captain Marvel, but he's wearing that outfit. He looks. By the way, in Astro City, they have a character he draws just like that called the Gentleman, and he wears that suit. But he's sort of similar to Captain Marvel. But anyway, but yes, he's walking around, and they're like, he's working for Luther. That's creepy.
It is creepy. I love Captain Marvel. It's one of my favorites. Like I even like Power Shazam when that with I think Jerry Ordway was. I even like that. And like, oh man, I've got the first time where Superman is presenting he's presenting Captain Marvel to DC. I don't know if that was his first appearance in DC. I don't know. I think it might be, but I've got that. And then from that, the Shazam cartoon, the live action show, all that stuff. I just think he's a great character, and I love the smile and all that. And this really kind of broke my heart a little bit. I was just like, oh man, no. And then as it goes on, it really gets emotional. But like, I was just like, no, like, why is he with Luther? And I know they're mind controlling him, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, they gotta get him out of that. So this is really well done.
It was. I love the fact that Doll Woman now is on Superman's shoulder. That's in the same costume. Apparently, that's descendant of Doll Man.
I mean, that's so cool. It's like so random. Like this random.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, and then Norman McKay ends up in the satellite.
Oh yeah, this is sick.
Yeah, and he gets a nice eye full of Power Woman.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Who are you?
Oh, this is so good. The colors here are so good.
It's just so cool how they just throw characters out there. Apparently, at the top you got Bullet Man.
Yeah.
And you've got King Marvel. That's out because that's Captain Marvel Jr. all grown up to look like Elvis because Elvis was a fan of that character.
Yeah.
Look, you got Red Tornado, but you also got Ma Hunkel Red Tornado from the Justice Society. You got Atlas all the way to the left over here.
She's armored up, man. Red Tornado. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that the Ray next to her?
Yeah, yes. I believe so.
Yeah, off screen.
They name all these characters. Like I said, it's been a while since I've looked at all these names of these characters.
Yeah.
But let's see here. But anyway, yeah, it's just always fun to watch these characters. You get bogged down and just watching them. I guess that's Aqualad grown up. I don't know.
Oh, where's he?
Now on the other side of Norman McKay in that second panel.
Second one. Oh, is that who that is?
I don't know.
Oh,
But he's standing next to Speedy and
yeah,
Wonder Girl, but older versions of them. They're
Yeah.
in their Teen Titans outfits, but older,
right.
which I think is hilarious, by the way. Anyway, it's always fun to see this, to see that kind of stuff.
Now, is he supposed
thanks,
to look
Chris.
like he looks like the Batman from the '89 Michael Keaton, Tim Burton, like
Dick Grayson?
Yeah, like that mask.
Yeah.
And the way the
He
nose
does, sort of.
is.
I like that Red Robin outfit. That's
It's neat.
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then let's see here. I love Alloy for some reason. He's the metal man, but they're all combined.
It's like combined into one.
Yeah, I'm a Metal Man fan. I also love Metal Man.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Now we're moving along. They go back to the United Jerk-Offs and say, "Hey, screw you. Don't worry. We're moving along as fast as we can." By the way, let me know about your time constraints, man.
Yeah. So let's say I've got about an hour from now. So I still have an hour.
Oh, good. Oh, we'll get it done by then. Yeah.
We're good.
We'll get to the good stuff. We won't pass any good stuff up. In comes Luther and says, "Good news. The moment has come to begin our final strike. The gulag is in turmoil. The inmates are, dare I say it, revolting. Superman's prison is a cauldron of hate and chaos. That's our cue to just stop it." See that stupid voice from the I hate when I do that. Just I wouldn't even think of the stupid voice from the audio drama comes in there. Yo, deep bod. Again. So anyway, there we go. Where are we at? Oh yeah, he's basically he's touching his ear, and then out of nowhere, you think he's Captain Marvel and Batman, boom, knocks him down, knocks him cold. He figured out he was Billy with the help of John Jones.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
I love Green Arrow's reaction. He's like, "What? He's not one? Oh, you gotta be kidding me!"
Are you kidding me? God, we were in mortal fear of Billy Batson.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Batman is suspected it, of course.
Yeah.
You double crossed me. I learned from you.
Perfect. Exactly. Thank you.
So you may assume that you've given the signal. Absolutely. Strike.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's the new Wildcat.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So strike they did, but Billy got away.
Yeah.
I like how he caught Luther though.
Yeah. It's got all these drones and everything. It's like, what the hell? No.
Yep. And Batman chases Billy down there, but he gets a bunch of the worms all over him and says, "Shazam."
Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, here we go.
Batman, are you all right? For the moment. What about Luther? Blah, blah, blah. Is he custody? No longer. What about Marvel? No longer a wild card. Unfortunately, he's still in Luther's thrall. God help us.
Yeah.
Take me to the cave. Boom, boom, boom.
Here we go. The suiting up, gearing up scene montage.
Right. You have this scene where he accidentally cuts himself on Wonder Woman's magic blade.
Yeah. Yeah, this is cool.
Be careful. That sword was a gift from Hephaestus. How do you say it? I can't.
Yeah, Hephaestus.
Hephaestus. Yeah. It could carve the electrons off an atom.
Yeah.
And then eat them.
Wow. That is very sharp.
Yeah. So they're arguing big time. He's telling her you can't cross the line. She wants to kill. She's a Klingon in this one. Wonder Woman's very violent because she spent all those years not being, and she's frustrated with it. Which is understandable. But Superman's arguing with her. He doesn't want her to kill.
Yeah, I was worried about. I was worried about the Wonder Woman thing here because Superman and Wonder Woman and Batman. Those are my three favorites, and I always want Wonder Woman to be more like truth and all that, as opposed to like warrior woman with weapons.
I hate the Wonder Warrior stuff. I mean, I understand it for this story. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it works in this particular story, I guess, but like out of all the portrayals, she would, if I have to pick one that was like kind of like is Wonder Woman going a little nuts, but she kind of dials it back as we'll get to. But
unlike all these modern garbage comics where everyone thinks she has to have a sword all the time. Like the Snyder bots love her with the sword.
I don't like that at all.
Wonder Woman with a sword. I mean, this story, I get what's going on.
Yeah.
When she goes to a normal conventional type of war situation, it's one thing. Yeah. When she's superheroing, though, she doesn't need a sword.
No, I don't like that. I don't like the sword and shield thing. I just don't get why that. I know I had an argument with somebody about that. They're like, oh, she's like a warrior and all this. I'm like, well, I have 750 Wonder Woman comics at my feet right now, and I still have them at my feet right now. I'm like, I don't remember her holding swords and chopping off people's heads and like smashing people through walls and shit. It's like, what do you like what comic was that from? She pointed out to me. And if it wasn't one comic, then that comic doesn't count.
Yeah, of course. But, I mean, they like instances of that, like Screw 52 made her violent and make her.
Yeah, I canceled that. I read like 3 issues of that and canceled it.
Like in that piece of crap movie, Justice League War or whatever, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
she's a Klingon and that stuff, but that's not my Wonder Woman. Again,
nope.
If you don't even need a lot of comics references, you can tell them. Did you ever watch Justice League in the animated series?
Yeah.
She didn't carry a sword around on that. Now she did in that stupid Fatal 5 one, which really annoyed me. But she didn't need a sword. She doesn't need a damn sword.
I mean, if you do Elseworld stuff, you can toy with characters and that's
sure.
Fine. But like the regular, when people say, well, usually they say something from the comics to reinforce their opinion, where they're like, anytime someone says, well, this happened in the comics, I say, well, Superman was electric blue in the comics. He had long hair in the comics. Like, do you want that as your live action depiction of Superman? Do you want him to have long hair and a ponytail in movies? Like, stop saying it's from the comics to reinforce your dumb opinion. It's like the majority of comics, or the majority of the times that Wonder Woman is around, she just has a lasso. That's it. She's the she fights for good, and she's Superman but a female and has a lasso. She shouldn't have a sword cutting out, like decapitating people. It's like, really, like, ugh. Anyway.
Absolutely. Nope, totally with you. Can't stand the Klingon Wonder Woman. Yep. And so she gives him a kiss. This is a kiss completely devoid of passion. Final farewell.
Superman's face is great in this too. He's just like, okay.
I love this shot. I love this page awesome. Right here.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one of the greatest pages ever, because first of all, it's got that dynamic with him bursting out of the damn station, streaking down the earth, right into the ground and right up to see Bruce.
Yeah, right in there. It's like he just comes right in.
This is a great, great scene. Yeah. I need your help. We've been through this already. Shut up. I don't have time for you. Your holier now cracks.
Yeah.
It's not you're not above all this. Not now. So they have their big argument.
Mm-hmm.
The gulag's ready to blow. Yes, not above. Oops. So they're still arguing, and there's a big fight starting to brew. Do you mean to tell me you never imagined it might come to this? But anyway, let's see what's the most important part. This right here. I mean,
this is great.
The deliberate taking of human, even superhuman life goes against every belief I have and that you have.
Yep.
That's the one thing we've always had in common. It's what made us what we are, more than anyone in the world. When you scratch everything else away from Batman, you're left with someone who doesn't want to see anybody die. Take that, all you wieners who say Batman likes to kill and Batman's a killer. You don't know what you're talking about. You never know what you're damn talking about when you say Batman's an anti-hero or not a hero. It's bullshit. I hate when they do that about Batman. It's easy. It's low-hanging fruit. Oh, Batman will kill. No, he doesn't.
It dismantles the entire purpose of everything, because if he's willing to kill, then just kill Joker. Like, number 1 target, kill Joker. Number 2 target, kill Penguin, kill Riddler. And then if he's a killer and he kills people, why would a police commissioner voluntarily work with a killing vigilante? And if he was willing to work with a killer vigilante, why would he showcase that by flashing a bat signal and calling out to the killer vigilante? It's like, as soon as you break the rule of Batman not killing, the entire effing comic of Batman, you've dismantled the entire purpose of everything. Nothing now makes sense. That's why BVS is trash. It's like, nothing makes sense. It's like you didn't kill Joker, so if you're so upset, why don't you just automatically kill Joker? If we had to take a vote and really think about this in real life, it's like, you'd be like, you know what? If someone deserves to die, it is Joker. Like, I'm not sure. I'm not pro death penalty or whatever.
No, you're right.
I'm just saying, like, Joker would be the one that'd be like, you know what? He deserves it. But that's the point. He doesn't kill. So when someone says, hey, Jay, man, why doesn't Batman kill the Joker? Well, Batman doesn't kill anyone. That's the point.
And it's not just because he even himself doesn't think the Joker deserves it. He thinks the Joker deserves it too. But he does it because he doesn't want to be judge, jury, and executioner. It's not his place to do it. It's not his decision to make. Yep. And that's what these people don't understand. And this one right here really got me when Superman said, "We can still intercede. Yep. Gather your forces together. We can be the world's finest team."
World's finest.
Tell me you'll help me. I will tell you this. I will tell you one thing. There's a player you haven't counted on, Captain Marvel. He's brain. This is when he tells him about Marvel and all this stuff. And I love this shot right here.
Yes.
After he finishes telling, he turns back and Superman's gone. And goes, so that's what that feels like.
That was the best part. That's one of the best parts because this is all of this world's finest stuff is all in one page. It's like you got everything you wanted in one page, and Superman finally leaves without Batman knowing.
I don't think using fear makes him an anti-hero at all, though, fam. But he uses fear as a tool. Fear is part of the human condition, and he uses it because he can't do it. There are things he can't do with superpowers. So scaring criminals is not anti-hero stuff to me. I think criminals deserve to be scared. They're breaking the law. They should be scared to break the law.
I think it's just another tool in the arsenal. He doesn't have superpowers, so he has to use what he can to get stuff. And then fear is fair game. I mean, they're putting fear into their victims. So
he's not an anti-hero. Batman's not.
I think he's following my thing is anti-heroes are people who are willing to do whatever they think is right by their own code, not by society's codes, which is like Batman upholds the law. He's trying to work with police, so that's kind of I don't know if that's really anti-hero-ish behavior.
An anti-hero to me is Han Solo, who would rather. He really does care about the right thing, but he's almost ashamed to do it. And when the choice comes down to it, he'll do the right thing, but he's also just out for himself. He doesn't go out of his way. He's not going around looking for trouble. Batman and Superman and other heroes, they go around looking for trouble so they can purposely and involve themselves in it and save people and do things. Han Solo's the kind of guy that has good morals and stuff. And when given the choice, he goes to help Luke destroy the Death Star. He's, because he's basically good. But he was anti-hero in the sense that he didn't join up. If he had his way, he'd have gotten paid and gotten out of there before he got attached. He'd rather not get attached. Then he gets attached and he has to do it. So he fights with it. Batman does not hesitate to do the heroic thing. Han Solo was hesitating to do the heroic thing, and he made the right choice.
Yeah, good point.
So that's what that feels like. Beautiful page here.
This is nice, yeah.
And the big fight. So
here we go.
Yeah, and cool stuff. And we're like, what the hell's going on here, boy? And this one here, man, that page.
These two pages is like my favorite dialogue in this entire thing. I see Ragnarok at last unfold, and and then Superman's flying. He's like, I see the desperate hopes of the one man who might yet stop it turn to ashes and cinders by a single bolt of lightning. Armageddon has arrived. Man, this is like my ultimate. I like my mind was blown. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. Like it's awful but exciting and sad, and then the pages that follow are great too. But like this whole entire thing with Billy and Clark. It's just like super sad, but exciting. I don't know. I was so emotional for this entire section. This part, these pages where it's like Superman's desperately trying to put a stop to this, and then friggin' Captain Marvel, the one guy who might, because he's got magic and strength, right? But it's like that's the killer. That's the killer combo. So you're just like, whoa, what's gonna happen here?
Indeed, it was beautiful, and again, that cliffhanger. Having to wait month to month, in this case, like months for the fourth issue, was really annoying. There were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. This was my dream.
Oh, this is the damn best, man. This is awesome.
It. Yeah.
Oh, that incredible. Needs to be like a poster.
It is. I have it.
Oh, is it really?
I'm pretty sure I have a poster of that. Multiple Kingdom Come posters, but yeah, again, a great big spread right there.
Oh, this is great too. Yeah, this is awesome. Now all the epic shit's going down here.
Right. And it's easy to get through this part because it's mostly just a big fight.
Yeah.
But at first that's just pretty much what it was. Is that the only reason I am here to watch some hideous judgment? Yeah. Superman Night, blah blah. Let's see, so damn it, Marvel, snap out of it. But Yeah, Billy's pretty messed up. He's bopping Superman around. Then they call the Blackhawks.
Yes.
Let's nuke those dang superheroes, dang it. Nuke their butts. And I don't even talk like that, but I do now. Even though he didn't talk. Even in well, there's Von Bach. And there's the dude I always thought was the Shadow. But he's got like, he looks like the Shadow, but he's got those, I forgot his name. I always forgot his name. It's not, I think he might be Vigilante, but like Vigilante, an updated version of the Shadow from the side. But he's an updated version of the Vigilante, the Western version of the Vigilante, not the other one.
Yeah, not Adrian Chase or whatever.
And that's what I remember when I first was looking at the sketches and go, that's the Shadow. They go, and then, well, Vigilante. Oh yeah, because from the front you can see it. He looks more like the cowboy.
Yeah, he looks like that's definitely the cowboy Vigilante.
Or the later one anyway, because the other one's too old. So yeah.
Oh right, but or
it was one of his descendants.
Yeah, it's
right.
a descendant or
whatever. Like almost most of these people are descendants.
Yeah, he's got his arms are the weapons, right? So he's definitely some cyborgish thing. And this page is freaking kick ass, man.
Yeah. I always love the cowboy Vigilante, by the way. I don't see him enough.
Yeah, he's cool.
So yep, you got all these different this is pretty damn cool right here.
This is awesome. Yeah, this is a great page. And this is like super busy, like, whoa, what's going on here?
There he is again. That's a better shot.
Spinning.
See, he's in blue there. It's a better shot, by the way.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That's another one. Oh, is that Guardian next to him?
Yeah, that's the Seven Shoulders of Victory, Phantom. Yes. Okay. What Guardian? Yeah, that is a version of Guardian. Yep. Yeah. And so,
so it's just more fighting.
There's Von Bach.
And he just gets
I really hate this idiot. This guy right here is not named. The guy at the bottom is supposed to be like based on Brian James. His name is 666. What a dumb name for.
Oh my god!
It's kind of thank God he would get his own title today.
I do love Brian James though.
Yeah, but he is made to look like Brian James, really. So yeah.
Yeah, he does look good. Yeah.
So.
All right.
Battle.
Yeah.
Cool battle stuff.
Oh, this is like a crazy page.
And then somebody pisses off Wonder Woman.
Uh-oh.
Well, she's you aristocratic bastard.
Yeah, this is important because here's where they see what's happening, right?
Yep. And he's still
battling away here.
Punching that one. Then this is always this always kind of aggravated, but what used to aggravate me, not so much anymore. But when he would, and this is not the first time it's been done, when he would say Shazam to use the lightning as a weapon against Superman.
Yeah.
It was done before in that old Superman versus Shazam tabloid comic with Rich Buckler art. So it's been done before. I believe that was it. Could have been another comic, but
so I never knew that. Like this was the first time I had seen this happen, and I thought, oh my god, this is crazy because it's magic. It's just like, can that hurt Superman or like what's going on? So this is the first time I'd ever seen this.
Yeah, and it's probably the only time other than that it's been used, I think. Now they've gotten overboard with it, but him sidestepping the lightning's kind of dumb. Like he did in that. Oh, what was that cartoon? Anyway.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know it.
Justice League, and then that other one, that Superman
Shazam team up or something.
Shazam team up. Yeah.
Whatever it was. Yeah.
So anyway, they're being attacked by the Blackhawks.
Yes.
And finally, Superman moves fast enough to stop him.
Yeah, that was great.
And he talks Billy into the City Alpha Eel leaves his ear.
Yeah.
We found him on City Alpha 5. Oh, sorry.
Yes, this Wrath of Khan.
The con worm, as some people like to call it. And
that was a gross part, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then the Spectre gets big, as he is often wont to do.
Yeah.
And but the bomb. He basically tells Norman McKay, "It's over. We're done." What do you mean we're done? Who shall be accountable? Whose sin is this, the humans or the superhumans? Tell me, Norman. Judge. Me?
I don't know.
Me?
Can I call a friend?
That guy's. Yeah, can I call a friend? Yeah.
Can I use a lifeline? 50-50? No.
I know it's Miss Phantom Outsider. Are you seriously thinking I don't know it's Mr. Mind? We said that.
Oh yeah. We know it's Mr. Mind. Yeah.
Yeah, he says.
He's just messing. I think.
No, I think he thinks we didn't know that because he always thinks we don't know stuff. But he's that way. But no, it was a joke. The con worm is a joke. I promise you, we knew it was Mr. Mind.
Yeah.
We've read the comic. Today, in fact.
Oh, did you read it today? Yeah, I read it a few days ago.
Right before we came. Yours, and that's the first time I've read it in like 20 years, dude. By the way.
Yeah, me
yours
too.
is the soul that guides me. Yep. And but man, it was great. It's still a great read.
Mm-hmm.
How can I? There is no evil here. There's tragedy and bedlam and judge carefully. I don't know what to do. You can see that, can't you? Every choice I've made so far has brought us here, has been wrong. So
even I wouldn't have known what. Even I'm thinking because we're supposed to be Norman McKay, right? Obviously, like the reader.
Yes.
And even I'm thinking like I don't know. Like for me, I'm like that guy who's like, oh, if Superman does it, it's automatically. I'm automatically with Superman. I don't care what it is. So it's like but I wouldn't know what am I supposed? Even I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like if as a reader, like am I supposed to say the heroes should be wiped out or what? I sympathize with Norman. He's like, what am I going to do?
I don't know what to do either.
Yeah.
But they do. And so he's going to let Billy decide. And that ultimately, that's kind of what happens. Norman doesn't decide, Billy does.
Yeah, this entire thing is genius right here. Like with how they say like Billy's the only one who's a human and also like a metahuman.
Yes, he's a human and a god at the same time.
I was like, oh my God, this is genius. It's like, yes, why not? Like he plays both roles. So what's he going to decide? And he decides that everyone should die. No.
Everyone, goodbye. Good night, everybody. Everyone dies.
Yeah.
So boom.
Oh my God.
Boomy boom boom boom. Boom 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 and boom 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 boom.
Yeah.
Then everyone in there looks like judgment. And Superman for a second there thinks he's it.
Yeah, so this confused me. Yeah, this really confused me. And I was thinking, wait, what we're looking at right now, this page, is that, well, I know a lot of them did die, but a lot of them didn't. So is this supposed to be who did die for sure? Or is this just Superman seeing it in a weird way?
I think this is who did die, but there were still a lot of other people in other parts of the area.
Yeah, so Superman is tricked into or not tricked. He literally thinks, "Oh shit, everyone just got nuked."
Yeah, that's when you ask the Spectre, "What is it you're asking me to judge?" Communication makes decision easier. Yes.
Yeah, Spectre, buddy, you got to be a bit more clear. Like,
judge what, man?
Tell me what you want here.
I mean. I'm not judging, listen, America's Got Talent or whatever the hell.
Right. 3X.
So for a while, he looks like he thinks he's it. And he's red-eyed about it. And we're almost certainly to confront his human attackers. He feels completely alone. Mm-hmm. He need not. There were survivors. They're fewer in number, and their pain is great, but the war is over. Their war is over. Judgment has been passed. I am no longer needed. Farewell, Norman McKay. Farewell, you little shit. What?
Dude, wait a minute.
What's going on here? No, I don't think so, man. What? Think again. So anyway, Norman's pretty upset with the Spectre, Jim Corrigan.
Yeah.
And telling you want to confront evil? Then let's get the hell to you in now. You saw Superman, saw the anger that could twist steel. What happens next? Happens the only way it can, and you let it. That is evil. God in heaven, run. But the thing is, Superman still doesn't go evil.
Right, because he's Superman.
Because he's Superman.
And he's not the product of shit writing.
Pissed. Yes, exactly. He's pissed. But
yeah, he's not. He literally doesn't kill everybody. It's like he's not going to actually kill everybody.
After 10 years, he has finally let free a wrath that would cower Satan himself. He and any man possibly. How can any man possibly come the fury? But the thing is, this is the Spectre projecting, because he's been at times the wrath of God, where he easily just slaughtered people that he felt like deserved it. So he just assumed that's what Superman's going to do. Do you really think he's mad at them, or he's raging at himself? Let me talk to him now. Norman talks to him, but Superman wouldn't have,
wasn't gonna,
he wasn't going to do it.
No.
I already know. I know my Superman. Now, still, he needed somebody to talk to him, and who's there? Some guy doesn't even know.
Which is
you
great.
blame yourself for Captain Marvel, for Magog, for Kansas for 10 years. That ended today. You're angry, but in that anger, you're forgetting once more what humans feel like. They won't forgive you for this, Clark. Forgive yourself.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Who are you? Why are you here? To bear witness. Listen to me, Clark. All the things you can do, all your powers. The greatest has always been your instinctive knowledge of right and wrong. Oh, God.
That's awesome.
It was a gift of your own humanity. Again, from the Kents. Yes, everyone. He's Clark. More proof that he's Clark. The gift of his own humanity. You never had to question your choices in any situation, any crisis. You knew what to do. But the minute you made the super more important than the man.
Oh, that was so good.
It's so good. The day you decided to turn your back on mankind, you completely cost you your instinct. That took your judgment away. Take it back. If you want redemption, Clark, it lies in the very next decision you make. Make it as a man and make it right. And there they are, the survivors.
Yeah.
And yes, pure Superman. That's right there, sir.
Yeah, this is awesome. Of course, all the cool guys survive, like Green Lantern and Flash.
Yeah. Green Lantern's power ring and other survivors. Yeah, there were others. Yeah, you're right. But yeah. I'm going to be next to Green Lantern if some kind of bomb's going on.
Oh, for sure. Or
that was it. But now put things right. Years ago, I let those I swore to protect drive me away. We all did. And that was the day all this began. We saw you as gods, as we saw ourselves. And we were both wrong. But I no longer care about the mistakes of yesterday. I care about coping with tomorrow together. The problems we face still exist. We're not going to solve them for you. We're going to solve them with you.
Yeah, that's
not
good.
By ruling above you, but by living among you. We will no longer impose our power on humanity. We will earn your trust. Using the wisdom of one man left us as his legacy. I asked him to choose between humans and superhumans, but he alone knew that was a false division and made the only choice that ever truly matters. He chose life in the hope that your world and our world could be one world once again. Little globalist message there, but we'll allow it.
This is so genius. Using his cape as the flag is just
the damn
best.
That was great. I mean, that really was.
This is genius because it's like, yeah, that cape represents the joint. It's like the humanity and the metahuman like together as one. And it's just that's the flag that represents everybody. Plus, his cape just look cool, anyways. It actually looks.
Of course, it makes a great flag.
It makes a great flag, yeah, which is just great, anyways. I'm like, my God, this is so good. Oh
man,
yeah, this is just.
Yeah, genius. I love it. So that was a really cool bit. And bots, what is it with the bots? Oh, someone got that. Thank you for whoever got that one. See, I can never tell if I don't get it. I never know if it's been gotten or not until someone tells me they got it. So anyway, that was really cool.
Was this the end then, Clobby, in the real?
Yes.
Like in the
comic? Well, this was still in there.
Oh, okay,
we're getting close. Okay. I'll let you know when we get to the end part. But this, I thought this was pretty funny.
This is great. He's in white now.
Yep. There's Ibn al-Jafash, his son, helping out. And then he walks by Luther. Luther's being forced out. Ellie just goes, Shazam, shut up. I love this scene right here. He was first walked by his son. He's working. And then there's him and Dick Grayson shaking hands. This gave me chills. You know how much over the years, but in those 90s especially, where DC was constantly having idiots making Bruce and Dick hate each other and all that. I hate the division between Dick and Bruce and Dick. I mean, they're great friends. I mean, they can have their differences, but I hated when they always tried to make them hate each other. or make Dick Grayson hate him. I hate that crap. This is a beautiful scene right there. And that, of course, is Dick Grayson's daughter. And that is, she is Starfire. She's not Starfire.
Yeah.
And Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne shaking hands. Beautiful scene.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then we've got Paradise Island.
Yes. Good old Paradise Island with Diana is accepted back. I like that the heroes are all back there. Magog's even kind of reformed, and he's smacking 666 for getting out of line. That's kind of funny. Looks like Green Lanterns on the representing the heroes as on the council there.
Yep.
The memorial, the quiet memorial there he has going on.
Yeah,
This was all still in the comic.
Right.
And she called him Clark. Take care, Diana. And that was it. It was over. Well, no, this was it. This is the last part right here.
Yeah, this is, I was figuring
this is in the regular comic.
Yeah.
So
it's the 1 year later part that's just coming up. So this is still the original.
So you have Jim Corrigan.
Yep.
Turning back, the Spectre turning back into Jim Corrigan.
Yeah, that's cool.
And going to Norman McKay's church. And yes, there it is. That was a touching moment as well. This is a great ending, but it was cool that when we got the trade paper back, we got those added scenes and the 1 year later.
Yeah, so now we're into the 1 year later, which is
Planet Hollywood.
Yes. There's your favorite Superman right there. There's your Nicolas Cage Superman.
Oh, shite. Screw that.
You got Barbara. You got 66. You got Yvonne Craig Batgirl in there. I didn't realize.
Look at how kind of great. Look at, if you see all the way back. I don't know if you can see this guy. That looks like Julius Schwartz, the DC comic editor.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know who the hell that's like. Is that Stanley?
I thought
Stanley.
It was. I was thinking it was.
There's Barbara. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or at least the girl dressed up. Was Barbara. And I love
she's got the Yvonne Craig.
Yeah. Look at that old ass Batmobile hanging bat plane or whatever hanging from that.
Yes.
Yep. So here you got.
They've got the white and red bat shirt, which he has at it's right where Superman's elbow is. It's like where she's selling the shirt. So that's the bat symbol, but the white with the red, which he had in the hospital where he converted Wayne Manor into the hospital. So they made a logo shirt of that. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Where?
Okay, so you see the middle panel where Diana.
Yes.
Yeah, so right next to the Green Lantern shirt.
Yeah.
So that's the Batman shirt that he had a few pages
at the hospital. Okay,
the hospital,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I love the menu.
Yeah.
The Dial H for hoagie. They got a sandwich called and in the second place amidst all this tawdry bric-a-brac, I doubt they'd take notice of any of us if we were fighting the Legion of Doom in full costume. The Legion. I had to mention the Legion of Doom just because.
Because they've got King Tut.
Yeah, King Tut by Victor Borno. King Tut.
He's my favorite. He's not my favorite Batman 66 villain, but he is the best. Yes, I'm going on record to say he is the best Batman 66 villain. He discovered Batman. He discovered his identity. Discovered the Batcave. He's the best. But my favorite is Mad Hatter. But anyway.
Yeah. I love Mad Hatter, David Wayne. I actually loved Roddy McDowell's bookworm, but I love him. Victor Borno. They're all great, though.
They're all great, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So many great ones. And again, I love these. Look at the Bullet Man salt shakers.
Yeah, this is great.
The salt shakers, Bullet Man.
Oh, man, I love Bullet Man.
All the stuff in the back, man. Is just, I love.
They need to make this place.
I would go there. Planet Krypton, do it. Because they ruin it now. They don't have fakey crap now, but I love his Green Lantern mug.
Oh, that's sick, yeah.
And the Batcopter hanging from. Let's see what else they got.
And the George Reeves outfit.
Yes. Holy crap! Look at the second panel here. Look where a mouse. That's Jonah Hex. The stuffed Jonah Hex.
Oh my God.
That's stuffed Jonah Hex. We've looked at all this stuff years ago, but I haven't looked at this in 20 years. So I'm seeing it again for the first time. Not for the first time, but for a long time.
Oh, dude, Dial H.
Jonah Hex. Yep, Dial H for hoagie. They had a Dial H, but right here, there's a Dial H. There's some different. Look at all the blue and yellow and all the kryptonite. But she said the sandwich is a Dial H for hoagie.
Dial H for hoagie, yes, that's right.
Would you like the Power Girl special chicken sandwich? The cut? Breast.
Come on.
Deep joke.
That is very funny. That is genius.
Oh god, it was fantastic. And there's the George Reeves costume, like you say.
Man.
I mean the conversation going on is just them, it was them talking about, her being pregnant and all that stuff. Everyone probably knows all that stuff. It's more fun to look at the backgrounds, let's be honest.
They've got the cubed earth and they had the visible jet hanging there too.
Yes.
That's cool. Oh my god.
Oh man, he filled that stuff. This is Bottle City of Candor.
Oh my god.
The Phantom Zone projector.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, dude, this is insane.
I love all that stuff. That would be the greatest restaurant ever. This is Blackhawks. There's a Daily Planet thingy.
Yeah.
Super Turtle. Oh, she got the
turtle,
giant.
Yeah.
She ordered the giant turtle soup, by the way. By the way.
Oh my god.
Oh my crap! Yeah, there's like the Black Hawk jet, and plane.
Yeah.
So
that's like the Batcopter. That's the Batcopter from the I think.
Yeah, there was a Batcopter. Oh, look at the chessboard, the chess pieces.
Yes, the chess pieces.
Oh my god, there's so much fun stuff. Sergeant Rock's helmet, Buana Beast's helmet.
Oh, where's Buana Beast? Wait,
Amazing Man's helmet. Holy crap! Look right here. See my
okay,
arrow?
I'm looking at your mouse. Yeah, where? Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
Rock. There's Buana Beast, and
man.
I think that's
who's this guy? Yeah. Who's this
Ibis?
Guy? Yes.
And that's Amazing Man.
Oh my god.
Of course, there's another Hawkman.
Oh, dude, Buana Beast is just like Sandman's gear is there. Cool. In the last panel we see the second last we see Sandman's stuff, and he started the whole thing, so that was cool. To end with him.
Shit, that's crazy. Is that? Oh man. They got this. Oh, you have the Sandman stuff, and it started up. It's true, huh? Wow.
Wiz Comics. That's cool, and then that's it. And then now my version has I've got the digital Comixology one, which gives you a brief intro for each character, and then so what do you have there?
This is the 20th anniversary edition. Shout out to the great Mark D with the C. I don't think he's here, but if you hear this on later, man, just a shout. Thank you. And this has Norman McKay and the Spectre and the League.
Yeah,
and these were a lot. I have all these cards. And I even have that Comicology thing they did. It was a magazine. It was like magazine, but it was an actual trade paperback form called Comicology that they did, which is rare. Let's see here. So here's some of the Ray Star. All the guys, you notice how they have like he's the Ray 2 and Starman. Starman 8. Probably from the future. Hourman 3.
Yeah.
Audience Tornado. Midnight Midnight would be the one descendant of Dr. Midnight. Yeah.
Right.
Robot Man 3 was weird looking to me. Atom Smasher.
Yeah.
Golden Guardian.
Okay, so that's Guardian.
Yep. Alloy.
Comet, yeah.
So
Alloys, was that the Metal Man? So it's like it's like
yes.
Voltron. It's like Voltron or something. They formed like a big guy.
There was an episode of Batman Brave and the Bold where they did an homage to this, where they formed Alloy. Remember?
Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, I've got that on Blue. Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, they did it in the comics a couple times too. But King Marvel, basically, love it.
Yeah.
Certainly, Elvis Presley was such a big fan of Captain Marvel Jr. Yep, Lady Marvel. Phoebus, Brainiac's daughter. I thought that was weird. Silent Cavalry. They got a lot of stuff in this one.
There's a lot in here. I don't have any of that in my edition. Oh yeah, how the wings work and all that.
Yeah. Let's briefly run through it for everybody. This is cool.
Zatara
cool stuff here, man.
2, yeah, Wildcat.
Obsidian.
Yeah, that's cool. Lightning.
Fate 5, Nucleoid.
Condor. Oh my god.
All based on Descendants
Huntress.
and stuff.
Spy Smasher 2. Yes. Yeah.
Spy Smasher.
I want to make a Spy Smasher movie. That'd be that. If I had to pick somebody, I would do that.
Oh yeah. There he is, Ibanez Zufosh.
Oh my gosh.
Titans.
The Titans.
Red Robin.
That's cool.
The Flash. Okay, let's see here. So it's Wally West.
Oh, it is Wally West. Okay.
I don't know, but he's the Titans.
Well, he's the Titans, right? So it's got to be.
Who else would it be? It still doesn't say though. I don't think it says. I'm skimming it now. Oh yeah, singular. That's Wally West. Okay.
Yeah, Wally West.
I remember reading that before, but I forgot. Yeah, that is Aquaman, but that's
so that is Aquaman.
Aquaman though. That's not Arthur Curry. That's the one from the Titans. I figured he was with the Titans. So yeah. Red Arrow.
Troy, Red Arrow. Yeah. Okay.
Night Star.
Yeah. Flash. Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
Tula,
Red
yeah,
Hood, Dark Star,
Wild Cards,
Wild Cards,
yeah.
Captain Marvel, yeah, Captain.
This is a pretty cool book here. Edward Nigma. I can't believe they had Cobra in there. He's so obscure.
That's
It's
cool. That's
a
weird.
Kirby villain. Yeah, from a Kirby did a
Man.
series. He did his Cobra series from the 70s. He actually did his own series, Cobra. It was again a weird a series with a villain, a leader. He's a cult villain, and he had his own series. Only Kirby.
Gosh.
This is a good comic, actually. Let's see, Dead Man.
Dead Man, yeah, he's awesome. He's just cool. Oh, I didn't even notice Superboy in there. Like
I'm not sure. These are like later iterations. So yeah.
Orion, yeah.
Blackhawks.
Yeah, Blackhawks, yeah. And then these are the new guys.
These are all the jerks.
Yeah.
Von Bach. Joker's daughter. Other 666.
Manotaur. Yeah, 666.
Yeah.
I think of the Iron Maiden song. Yeah. Joker's daughter.
Yep, Manotaur. Yeah.
Manotaur, yeah. Swastika.
That's a terrific too. Swastika. What the hell?
Swastika.
Swastika. Well, so 7 Soldiers of Victory.
Yeah.
So let's see what the
Blue Devil. That's cool.
Well,
there's a Blue Devil in there. I saw. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Genesis.
Oh yeah, Blue Devil too. Electric Boogaloo.
I was just gonna say Electric Boogaloo, man. I was just.
You can't say two without that, can you? No one can.
I can't. Yeah.
We have not evolved enough to be able to say it without saying it.
Yeah. Oh, I own both those movies, so I genuinely like them. Yeah.
This is good. I haven't got a chance to get into this yet, but
what's this?
This has character annotations and notes to Kingdom Come to every single page. Wow. Wealth of visual information. This is more that was in the original book.
So is this available? Is this the hardcover thing, or what is this that we're looking at? Actually,
this was the 20th anniversary.
I'm gonna look that up because I don't have that.
I can find out from Mark, where you can get it from, or maybe
I'll check.
Gallery. Look at that! Wow,
nice. Yeah,
give everyone the full show here. So, everyone, I tell you what, I kept Jay up late and kept him out here a long time. But man, dude, this has been so much fun, man. I love it. I love this comic.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I think we covered it pretty well, pretty extensively, considering how much time it would take to do every panel. We didn't do it EFAP, but you can't do that. I mean, that would take hours.
It'd be impossible.
We got the story in, though.
Yeah. Well, everyone needs to just buy this. Like that's just it's like we're not making any money off sales off this. They just people just need to buy it because it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic. So I want to thank you all for being here with us tonight. Appreciate it so much. And of course, a big shout out to the great Jay, man. Tell us again what you got going on. Plug what you got happening for you, brother. And everyone, please need to go. You need to go to his channel. Hey, Dad, man, good to see you, buddy.
Basically, I usually start my streams at 7:30 Eastern time, and we usually we always end before your streams. So thanks for doing this a bit earlier to accommodate my schedule because I have a day job, so it's
I understand.
Go too late, but so yeah, we do 7:30 Eastern, and we Tuesdays we cover the women of wrestling, so we talk about the women's division in wrestling. And Wednesday nights, we usually do verses where we take two movies and put them against each other to see which one is better. So we've done like Batman versus Batman Begins. We've done like Terminator 1 versus T2, that kind of a thing. And then Saturdays, we do just a catch up, which just basically whatever came out that week. So it could be like a Superman and Lois thing. It could be Peacemaker. It could be Book of Boba Fett, trailers, whatever. That's more just like a chill stream where we just talk about whatever's current. Those all finish before your stream, so we never cross the streams, which is great because Sean and I always like listening to your stuff.
Appreciate it, man. Well, I love being there watching you guys and stuff when I can. I lurk most of the time, but I say hi when I can.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. Yeah, and I've got Mark's come on a few times now too. I love having Mark on. He's
amazing. He's awesome. Great Mark to see.
Yeah, and basically you have an open. Anytime we do a versus thing, it's an open invitation if you want to come on. Or
I would love to. Sometimes it's something I haven't seen in a while, so I wouldn't like. I love those Harryhausen movies. But I have not watched them in so long. I got to dig them out and watch them, or I would have been absolutely even more useless than usual. Hello, comic later.
Well,
So-
and we pick hard ones. Like I'm trying to do where there's like an actual like, wow, I don't know which movies. Like we did Temple of Doom versus Raiders of the Lost Ark, and
Oh my!
I mean, I love Temple of Doom.
I do too.
Like a lot, and I saw it first. Actually, I saw them.
Really? Wow!
I saw them in chronological order of timeline because Temple of
Really?
Doom is
Wow,
a prequel.
Yeah.
So I saw Indiana Jones become he was a scoundrel. He became a hero. And then as a hero, he continued into Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I'm like, okay, these are great movies. And then everyone's like,
I love them.
Raiders is really first. I was like, oh yeah, I guess it is first. It's like, oh, who cares? It's like, so I never got that. Oh, the sequel wasn't as good. But anyway, that's so we cover stuff like that. But
excellent.
But yeah, awesome.
I love it. Again, it's great stuff. Everyone, please, there's the description. The link in my description, but also there in the chat, as you can see. Please, if you have not already, go subscribe to J-Man's great channel. It's a great time, and please go watch their amazing streams. And he does vids as well, and he knows more about X-Men than anyone who ever lived, by the way. And let's see here. I will be back here Wednesday night, folks. The usual time, 9 p.m. Central, of course. I don't know what I'll be doing, but it'll be geeky and it'll be clobbery. And of course, Clobby's Clubhouse Thursday night at the same time, same channel. And then Saturday night Star Trek, which is just going like gangbusters. You guys are just making it more and more fun for us. We have such a wonderful time doing that. And so I got all kind of geekness planned. Who knows what I'm doing next Monday night for the Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk, but it'll be comicsy and geeksy. And in the future, we're going to be reviewing Nick Wise and I are going to be reviewing Daredevil Born Again.
Oh man, that's gonna be good.
Mark D. with the C and I were going to be reviewing the Wolverine miniseries by Miller and Claremont.
Oh, that's great too.
Yeah, man, look forward to that. And we got what else is coming up? Some more Alan Moore, those other Alan Moore Superman stories. MVP and I are going to be doing. I'm going to do Loki and I are going to review the Batman Predator comics.
Oh man,
yes, it was his idea to do those. So eventually this year, a lot of them are going to get done. I'm going to do Watchmen. I'm going to do Astro City. Going to do look, there's a veritable fountain of great stuff to do out there, as you know. So
yeah, awesome.
Anyway, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Again, thank you, J-Man, buddy. I really appreciate you. And a big shout out to the great Mark D with the C for helping me out with this from a technical standpoint. So I was able to bring this visual production. It's a lot more fun when you can show the pics. So I appreciate you there, brother. So everyone who's here tonight, the great Eric K, the great Chris Persia, my cuz Dave Rayburn came in there, Phantom Outsider, D. Bud Martin, Oliver Belamonte, Dad Man Walking, the Comic Relief Crusader, the great Hungry Boy, of course. Who else came in? The wonderful, lovely Sherry, the great Steve Mitchum. Wow, I hope I didn't miss it. Your Muslim uncle. Thank you so much.
We got Sean was in.
Sean was here. Yes.
Jordan.
Yes.
Jordan was in.
Yes.
Did we get Eric? Eric K. I think.
Yep. The bronze wrencher got Eric K. Yeah. Anyone we missed? Look, I'm seeing now. You know that, folks. So thank you all. And as always, shout out to the great Stone Loki for my wonderful intro, outro for Monday nights. And clobber on, clobbers.